This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Thank you, David. Welcome to DBL. It's Wednesday, August 25th. Happy Hump Day. I'm Tori here with Al and Jeff. Excited for today.
Yeah.
Good to see you all.
You got your bigger brothers here.
I know. I can't wait to get teased. Let's get started. All right. Well, we've actually got some good news for you. Are you excited? For those of you that got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, the company is recommending a booster shot. It says it generates a big spike in antibodies. So those who got the booster saw a 9-fold increase. Meantime, the president got a classified report on the origin of the coronavirus yesterday. Now, while we don't know exactly what is in it because it's classified, there are reports coming out that it was inconclusive. The intelligence community meeting couldn't reach consensus on whether it escaped from a lab in central China or if it jumped from an animal to a human. Now, we have not discussed this on the show that much. I'm very glad we're discussing it now. If you ask me, do I want to know where it came from? Does it matter? Yeah. I want to know if this came from Wuhan lab. I want to know if this was leaked and we were lied to. That's a super important thing to know. And I also know that some people have claimed this has come from a lab from a long time ago because it already mutated into human form. It was ready for humans as it was leaked out. What do you think, Jeff?
This is, I'm glad we're talking about it too, because there's a lot to say.
Yeah.
I think at the front of this whole thing is Donald Trump. If Donald Trump said it came from a lab, people hate Donald Trump so much that they don't care about the truth. They just don't want to believe whatever Donald Trump says. So a lot of that argument is just putting down, Donald Trump cannot be right. It definitely did not come from a lab, and that's where a lot of this is coming from. Now, if you could put politics aside and just ask yourself, where did this come from? The whole world should want to know where this came from. There's a lot more science pointing it came from a lab than it did jump from an animal, because you said it was already progressed in its virus. And we've done this all the time, and there's questions, should we work on viruses? It's a very dangerous situation to work on a virus and perhaps leak that to the outside world. Again, this is all alleged. There was a case, remember last February is when it kind of hit the world? There was a case in November that a worker from that lab, again, alleged, his wife had coronavirus. Wow. So this is the story that he took it outside that lab, she got it, and that's where it came from. But there should be some sort of repercussions, I think. I don't want to start a world war here, but we should know as American people, as Brazilian people, wherever you are in the world, where this came from.
As Chinese people.
Exactly. And if Donald Trump said it, it should have no issue on that. Donald Trump's gone. Let's worry about where it came from.
I agree with you for the first time in a decade.
I'm leaving. I'm done here.
Yeah, what more can you do? Honestly, I agree that we should find out where it came from. But, and this sounds weird to say, I watched that movie Contagion. As soon as
Contagion, not Contagion.
He watched it in French.
Sorry.
Contagion, and that it jumped from an animal to a human being. Now, either way, we do need to understand for scientific purposes how we got here. What the problem is, and what is going to be our problem going forward, is that because of this virus, politics and your worldview and science are now intermixed. It used to be where, Jeff, you had the flu. You call your doctor. They take care of you. Now it's like, I have the flu. Who gave this to me? Is it the guy in line? Wait, the president's saying avoid these people. Now some people are getting hit. Now it's just this weird thing. And I used to be, because I worked in science, science is full of nerds. Quiet dudes, quiet men and women in boring labs with no music playing, looking at microscopes. And now it's this big world thing. So I think there are two things that we need to tackle as a society. One, how do we go forward from this and learn from this scientifically? And how do we start to unwind the politics from the science, because it's going to hold back the science?
Have you guys seen Jon Stewart kind of talk about this on what's the Late Show? Not
Colbert.
Stephen Colbert's show, Did you see that rant that he kind of did? He kind of had a bit going, but he was kind of telling the truth, right? He's like, the lab name is the same as the coronavirus. That's where they were working. So he kind of had a bit on it, and Colbert, who's very liberal, was trying to suppress that, even though John Daly speaks his mind. He was trying to suppress that because, again, I think it goes back to the Trump thing. Nobody wants Trump to be right.
I completely agree with you with everything you said, including the Trump thing. I also think Jon Stewart was really, really close to wanting to say what he wanted to say without saying it. But we do know that it's inconclusive, just so you guys know, I'm being told by my producers, because China is not fully cooperating.
When did they ever? And there are reports that are, again, this is all alleged, so everybody have a snack.
We're talking.
We're spitballing like we're. But U.S. is funding that lab. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but we are funding that lab in Wuhan. Again, alleged. So there's a lot. Listen, I'm into conspiracy theories. I still want to find out who shot JFK. But the government saying it's inconclusive makes me not trust the government more.
I want to see more information. I agree. He also thinks the moon is inside out. That's also
that's a story for another time.
Oh my God. All right, we got a quick correction to a story we talked about yesterday. According to the Associated Press, these doctors did not walk out of their South Florida hospital in protest.
Looks like it.
Instead, they say they held an early morning press conference before office hours. And this is important. The intention was to encourage people to get vaccinated. So that is the quick correction there. You do want to make sure, if you're doing a message, that the message is clear, I think. Do you think that worked?
Oh, I'm glad we did the correction, whatever it may be. Right. I'm glad we did that.
All right. Have you all seen these crazy videos of people doing the milk crate challenge? Well, now the FDA is discouraging people from doing it. And before we show you a warning, don't do this at home or anywhere. Here we go. The challenge reportedly started on TikTok, where someone tries to walk over a bunch of milk crates that are stacked together. This is it. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But people have gotten seriously, seriously hurt after the crates give way. So now, in a very rare statement, TikTok has released something saying they prohibit content that promotes or glorifies dangerous acts, and they said they would remove the videos along with the hashtag. Okay, you have a whole almost podcast about this, like losing your life for likes.
Right.
Talk to me about what you see here.
Well, this is what it is, Jeff. I mean, in a world where you can be seen at all times, I've always said that people feel more and more isolated than ever. And it's like, wait a second, I can get people to look at me by walking on some milk crates? Okay, fine. I know they fell, but I'm going to be fine. And even if I do fall, more hits for me. And what people don't understand is, like, you look at those falls, Jeff, it looks like there could be some, you have to use this body for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That, I mean,
the neck. Look at the neck and the back.
The lower back, the shoulder. I know we sound old, but I mean, there were some older people doing these challenges too, and that's what really scared me.
I think a lot of them came from like one spot.
Yeah.
That they just kept doing them and doing them. Listen, when you're young, you do dumb things, right? And I think now you're right. Everybody wants to be famous in some way, whether it's be Insta famous, reality famous. Nobody wants to work for it. They want that video. They want us to talk about it on the news the next day, and they want their name blasted out there. It's all about social points at this point, right? With social media, it's all about how much credit you got, how many likes you got. You're exactly right when you say that.
Yeah, but I mean, where was this with the gender reveals? They allowed those to escalate until people started losing their lives. So it's interesting that they chose this one, not the Skull Breaker challenge or the Tide Pod challenge.
TikTok rarely ever intercedes, so you're right. They did choose this one to make a statement and a precedent. I just feel like if I were an alien from outer space and I looked down and saw like Americans like jumping on milk crates, like we look just so silly.
And then they turn on the TV and you're hosting a show. They're like, we're out of here.
Come back in another millennia.
Wow, let's move on. Here's a very strange story. Okay, a Belgian woman has been banned from a zoo after she reportedly had a 4-year affair with a chimp named Cheetah. She had visited him every week at the zoo for years. They would visit, they would blow kisses to each other through the glass. The zoo said the special relationship had caused Cheetah to become isolated from other chimps in the habitat. So you know, he would give kisses and talk to her through the glass, not talk to her obviously, but communicate, and the other chimps would ignore Cheetah afterwards.
But isn't that how it is when you're in love, Jeff? You ever had a friend that like falls in love and they just disappear? They're not on a group chat, they're not meet up on Friday nights for beers anymore? I think this is what it is. Like, maybe the chimp is in love and he's isolating, getting to know his boo.
I don't understand what's happening.
What do you mean? What don't you understand? It's a weird story. She clearly...
Listen, Sam Shocker's not on this show, but clearly this is a Sam Shocker story.
Very much so.
So, but what, the chimp's sad?
I studied Jane Goodall, and I thought I was going to be a primatologist for a long, long time. And chimps actually have the exact same brain structure as humans. We are this close to being chimpanzees, really. Very, very similar. They hug, they pat, they're very emotional, they're affectionate, they raise their children.
What's happening in this story?
So this woman found a connection emotionally between the glass with this one chimp.
It didn't seem like it was just emotionally.
Well, she fell in love, she feels, with this chimp, and the other chimps ignored that one chimp after that. He was socially isolated.
They were jealous.
Or maybe they thought, oh, he's turned into a different almost species. We don't want to be associated with him.
I mean, but that's the risk you take when you fall in love. He tried to level up. He tried to level up and start dating people.
He wanted to get out of there.
Yeah, you can't hang with chimps after you've been hanging out with a person. So I feel like he made his decision.
So you're on the side of the affair.
Yeah, I would hang out with one person over 8 chimps.
Coming up on DBL, his Bodyguard resume includes everyone from Michael Jackson to Kendall Jenner.
Even me.
Not you. You don't need a bodyguard. We're talking with Simon Newton all about what it's like protecting Hollywood's elite. And the Nirvana album cover baby is all grown up, but now he's suing the band. Does he have a case? Decades later, stay tuned.
Closed captioning provided by...
We've all got something.
All right, really quick, I did want to share with you also something that Jane Goodall found. Until she went and studied chimpanzees in Rwanda and Gamba, people didn't know.
Gambia?
No, Gambo. It's a chimpanzee preservation that she and Louis Leakey went to, and she studied. And one day, she saw a chimp take a piece of grass, stick it into a termite hole, take it out, and all the termites clung to it and eat it. And it was the first time someone had witnessed a chimpanzee using tools.
I got that.
Then she noticed they ate meat. They thought they were vegetarian. Turns out that not only do they go for meat, they hunt for meat, much like us. And even more interesting, the males will patrol their borders and get into tribal fights, much like humans, in wars, and kill the children of the other ones. They're very animalistic and warring. And Jane Goodall said that's where this comes from humans.
So is her conclusion that we can't get that out of our DNA, the
Yes.
idea of going to war?
She says she thinks humans are more evil than chimpanzees, but she could understand where chimpanzees are coming.
Okay. I was just so you're very careful to say
Well,
alleged.
what made you not want to be a primatologist?
Because I really wanted to be a primatologist. I wanted to act like Jane Goodall on TV is what I really realized. I didn't want to be Jane Goodall, but I did want to tell her story, and no one's told it. And I think I'd make a good Jane
Haven't you
Goodall.
had a movie made about her?
No, that's Diane Fossey. Gorillas in the Mist.
This is just some of the
She was
dangers.
killed from poachers, gorilla
Really?
poachers, yes, in the 70s.
This is what the Nirvana guy.
Thank you, Nirvana.
Who
Look
knew
at
all this
Winnipeg.
stuff about gorillas and who wanted to? I know I did.
Okay, first of all, it's Winnipeg over here, Tiffany. She calls Nirvana, which
Nirvana.
is really cute. Do you guys have a favorite Nirvana
I
song?
was just noticing the jean jacket thing.
First of all, Winnipeg over here.
She calls Nirvana.
Welcome back to DBL. The man who was featured on an iconic Nirvana album cover is now suing the band. We've all seen it. This is Spencer Eldon as a baby on the cover of Nirvana's 1991 Nevermind album. But now he claims that his legal guardians never gave their consent to use the image back then. The lawsuit claims the band broke federal pornographic laws and exploited Spencer because he is naked in the shot. It also says Spencer was forced to engage in commercial sexual acts when he was a minor. But get this, Spencer has recreated the cover several times throughout his life to mark various anniversaries of the album, and even has the word Nevermind tattooed on his chest. He also appeared at Comic-Con in Niagara Falls 2 years ago. Before we go jumping on that, I read a little bit more into that, and it turns out his parents or guardians did not sign something and never received compensation for that album for him. So I want to make that really clear. He does, in my opinion, have a case.
But he did capitalize on that throughout his lifetime. Now he wants to sue.
You could do both. He says, Jeff, that he has permanent harm. He is not limited to extreme emotional distress with physical
So
manifestation.
you recreate it? That's how you deal with this harm, that you're mentally unstable now, or whatever his case may be, by recreating the same situation that made you that way?
As a defense lawyer, you would totally take that point. Okay, Al, you're the judge.
Well, I would just say that there is, if he wanted to distance himself from this, it's easy. Just don't tell people.
No one knows.
There's not one human being that would go, hey, are you the baby from that album cover 36 years ago? No one would do that. He has attached himself to this. He has profited from this. He has gained some form of celebrity from this. And now, for whatever reason, money, I'm sure, which is not, that's what motivates a lot of human beings, now he's using this as a reason to say, well, I can't work, I can't move, I'm depressed. He brought a lot of this on himself, and I do not understand, well, what footing does he have financially?
Okay, so just
or legally?
Legally. So just as a pushback, none of that matters if he sort of came to realize the harm that. And I'm just taking this from the other side.
And is there a statute of limitations?
Well, for pornographic laws, I'm sure it's longer. It's within his limits to do so, because that's a huge thing with child.
So you don't know?
Well, I would assume we're not doing the story if he's beyond statute of limitations. What I'm saying to you is this. Even though he was fine doing it, making profit off that, he certainly has a case for saying, but I never got compensated for the album, which made gazillion dollars. And number two, I realized later in life, this has really prohibited me from feeling comfortable in my body, from going and getting jobs from now on.
He had no reason. The exact number you put on was a gazillion, right? He had no part of that gazillion.
You are lying. People love that album because it was absolutely...
He didn't play an instrument?
It doesn't matter. That cover was iconic because moms didn't want you to get it.
You guys are arguing about something that is almost irrelevant at this point because, Jeff, when we're talking about people saying, well, I wasn't compensated, I think the other side's defense will be like, well, show us the piece of paper that has the contract with which you were supposed to be compensated. He would say, I don't have that, and they would say, get out of the courtroom.
No, they wouldn't. They'd say you had his body parts and he's a child, and that crossed a line without signing.
I would be curious to know what the laws were in 1991.
Interesting.
That's the difference. I'm not saying that anything wasn't done after that, but I don't think that there were any laws because I don't remember hearing a story about that album cover then.
Well, remember when it was covered, they had to cover it with that black bar when it was you got a CD.
All right, you did a great job for defending the other side. Now, Tori, let's talk.
Yeah.
Do you think he deserves any money?
Yes. Legally, I do.
After he already profited from it?
How much money could he have made at Comic-Con? A couple of autographs? He
didn't deserve any money. He didn't do anything.
Yes, he did. He made that album iconic by the way.
He didn't do anything. He threw him in a pool.
He did not drown.
You guys,
that was the thing.
You can't use someone's likeness, especially a baby's likeness, especially a naked baby's likeness, without compensation or a contract, in my opinion. Coming up on DBL, our interview with celebrity bodyguard Simon Newton, what it's like making sure the A-list stars like Al are safe.
That's right.
Your student school supply list may be harder to check off this year. Let's connect the dots. Experts say companies that make school supplies are facing the same supply chain issues we're seeing for other products. They're short-staffed, and because of the pandemic, they're having a harder time importing products from overseas. That's leading to a shortage on everything from backpacks to laptops. One of the toughest things to find right now may be your child's back-to-school wardrobe. Parents didn't buy a lot of clothes for kids last year because many of them were learning from home. Well, now clothes are flying off the shelves as kids have completely outgrown a lot of their clothes. All this doesn't mean your kids will have to go to school without pens and pencils or a new pair of jeans. The reality is they may just have fewer choices when picking their school supplies this year. And families will likely need to be flexible in the months to come. Experts estimate these shortages could last until 2022. And that is connecting the dots.
Welcome back to DBL. For many A-list stars like Al Jackson, the price of fame includes superfans and stalkers. Ex-bodyguard Simon Newton is sharing details about the supermodels and pop stars he once protected in today's DBL Spotlight. Simon, welcome to DBL. Although you have caught the acting bug, you've worked closely with some of the biggest stars as a bodyguard. Now, Michael Jackson was your first celebrity client, so I want to know, what were you doing before you got that call?
Going back a little bit, I was in the military, British Army, but I was already working as a bodyguard in the Middle East at the time for American Oil Company and then a little bit for the British government, and around that time is when I got the call for Michael Jackson.
During the time you worked for the King of Pop, he covered his children's faces to protect them. How did that affect your job?
It didn't affect it massively, but I think as the children got older, it made it a lot harder for the security teams because when they covered the face, everyone wanted that first photo, and I think that everybody knew at some stage they was going to get one. It kind of did draw a lot more attention to the children. Obviously, Michael did that to them pretty much from birth, really, so no one ever got to see their faces at all. I did that job in 2006, so they were still quite young then, so photographs were still very sought after.
All right, you said the greatest threat to celebrities are actually stalkers. And I want to know, how do you spot the difference between just like a super fan and a dangerous stalker?
Normally, unfortunately, with stalkers, mental health's often connected with it. But I think super fans are all T-shirts, balloons, nice gifts, and they're just kind of always there. Whereas stalkers, obviously, they're there all the time. Sometimes the gifts aren't so nice. They also often seem to have some sort of, or believe they have some sort of physical attachment, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, married, brother, sister, or maybe went to school together. They always seem to have that some sort of physical attachment.
What's the most dangerous place as a bodyguard for you to be in? Is it that situation where you're going from like the concert venue to the car?
Yeah, is it like a walk-up?
Yeah, is it like an outdoor situation, or is it like you trying to get to the elevator and it's an enclosed situation?
Normally, the most vulnerable points are from leaving a place to the vehicle or leaving the vehicle to go into the place. And obviously we try and minimise that risk, so if we can go back of house or to an underground car park and cut that out, we will.
I have to have a back door for everywhere I go with so many fans, just so many.
There was one guy.
There was one man.
And he
it was my dad.
You he was just parking next to you. He didn't know who you were.
True. Other than Michael Jackson, what celebrity client presented you with the greatest challenge?
Good question.
Probably Kendall Jenner or Bella Hadid, mainly because of their sort of model presence. They're very, I mean, the pair of them are probably some of the most packed models today.
It's weird because you think of the Jenners really specifically and the Kardashians, and there's a magnetic sense of just people come from everywhere for those people just for the Instagram pic. Am I right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not just, I mean, some people are not even sure
who they are.
You know, what it is or what they do. But they just see them on social media, so they know. But, you know, there's loads of different ways you can know celebrities these days other than seeing them for actually the thing they do now.
All right, so before we go, we got to ask a speed round of questions and have you quickly answer. All right, with the name of a former celebrity client. Are you ready? Who is the nicest celebrity you worked with?
Bella Hadid.
Bella Hadid, that's good to hear.
Well, this is speed, so that means you can't have commentary after every answer he gets.
I'm sorry, go.
Who was the biggest diva?
Biggest Naomi Campbell.
Who smells the best, without thinking about it?
That's a tough one. I've never really been on a job where I felt like I needed to start sniffing the people I was looking after. But,
Simon, thank you so much for joining us. We'll also keep an eye out for you on the big screen. Keep us posted. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Drive.
The FDA has approved the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, which is now being licensed under the name Comirnaty. While the Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines have been approved for emergency use by the FDA for months, Pfizer is the first company to receive full approval. But is that the fastest the FDA has ever fully approved a vaccine? Let's verify. We went to these sources to get an answer. The Pfizer vaccine received emergency authorization on December 11, 2020, based on limited trial data. But to get full approval, Pfizer needed to provide the FDA with more data in the form of a Biologics License Application, or BLA. In May of 2021, the company submitted its BLA with an analysis of 44,000 subjects who had been followed for up to 6 months after the second dose. On August 23rd, they received full approval from the FDA. The FDA has a standard review process and a faster priority review process. According to Paul Offit, the priority review process usually takes about 6 months. But according to the FDA, the Pfizer vaccine was approved in just over 3 months. In an email to Verify, they said, "This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA." Janet Woodcock, acting commissioner of the FDA, says the expedited process did not shortchange any safety standards.
This vaccine meets the FDA's gold standards for safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality that we require for an approved product.
So we can verify it's true. This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Daytil.
Welcome back to DBL. We've all dreamed about our retirement, right? Close your eyes, land on a tropical beach somewhere. But how are you going to plan for that? So we're chatting about it on today's Bang for Your Buck presented by The Hartford. There are 4 easy ways to achieve success in your golden years. First, maintain good physical and mental health. Next, try to have a strong support system of friends and family. And this one is important. Don't let your old job define you. Find your new purpose. Lastly, try to be debt-free so you can enjoy retirement. We've made it easy for you for quality and affordable insurance. The Buck's got your back. The Hartford will be happy to provide you solutions. Call the Hartford at 1-800-683-7108 or visit thehartford.com to learn more.
Yeah, it's good advice. Maybe even retire in another country. I know a lot of people are retiring in other countries and just having a nice little villa in Costa Rica. You enjoy and live out the rest of your golden years. Your boys are grown. Not a bad gig.
Sounds all right to me.
Sounds good to me. I don't have to see them. DBL is new every day. We'll see you same time, same place.
Why?
Tomorrow.
I gotta be mean.
I received my vaccine in another county. So does that county get credit for it or the county where I live?
Nancy, let's verify. How does the health department count the vaccinated in each county? Is it how many shots were given out in that county, or is it based on your address? Our sources, Melanie Arnold of the Illinois Department of Public Health and Lisa Cox of the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services. Both sources said your vaccination counts where you live, not where you got it. Lisa Cox wrote, it's always tied to the person's county of residence and not where they received the dose. Melanie Arnold added, if a Missouri resident is vaccinated in Illinois and they provide their address as Missouri, it would be counted in the Missouri numbers. We can verify when you are vaccinated, the county you live in gets the credit. And that's how the health department calculates the percentage of vaccinated in each county.
What we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
A new dangerous trend is taking over TikTok. Why even the FDA is warning against doing the milk crate challenge. The Nirvana album Cover Baby is all grown up and suing the band. Does he have a case decades later? In today's True Crime Chronicles, the murder of a young couple leaves a community on edge.
My son is in the basement tied up at his house. I just saw him through the window.
And the U.S. Secretary of Education will be here. From mask wearing to mandatory vaccines for teachers, what's being done to keep kids safe in schools?
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It is Wednesday, August 25th. I'm Sam here with Al, Jeff, and Tori. Let's get started. All right, so we do have good news when it comes to COVID. That's a first, right? So if you were one of those that got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, like myself, the company is recommending a booster shot, saying it generates a big spike in antibodies. Those who got the booster saw a 9-fold increase. So meantime, the president got a classified report on the origin of coronavirus yesterday. Now, while we do not know exactly what is in it because it is classified, there are reports that it was inconclusive. The intelligence community couldn't reach consensus on whether it escaped from a lab in central China or if it jumped from an animal to a human. What do you make of this, Jeff?
I'm glad we're talking about it finally, right? Because I think it's a lot of questions people have about this subject. I have a lot to say as well, so I'm getting jumbled already. But let's start at the nexus of this, which should be where did the virus come from? Unfortunately, it's not. It's Donald Trump. And it splits America once again. If you believe that it came from a lab in China, you are a Trumper. You're on Trump's side, and we don't want to hear whatever you have to say. How did this split from having someone and where it came from so we could know more about it, finding the facts about it, to becoming political? There's more signs in my eyes that point that it came from a lab rather than an animal. There's reports, allegedly, I want to be careful on my facts here, that remember way back in January, February when it first came out, coronavirus, and we started locking things down, that in November, one of the people who work at that lab, his wife had coronavirus in November, way before the virus spread throughout the world. So I don't think as Americans we need to be selfish enough to make it a Donald Trump thing, a liberal thing, whatever it may be. The whole world wants to know where this came from. Why aren't we looking into this more? I don't buy, once again, I'm let down by our U.S. government that they can't track down where this came from, and it's inconclusive, and these are going to be folded up again just like the JFK reports.
Okay, first of all, I 100% agree with everything you said, including the Trump thing. Including the Trump thing.
This is for the highlight reel.
Okay, because I am not a Trumper, and yet I have a lot of questions about China. I'd also like to say it's not the U.S.'s fault that it's inconclusive. China is not cooperating. I would like to know why where and how this is all happening. And if China is not cooperating, there needs to be pressure put in terms of sanctions or other things. Second of all, let's not forget a Chinese female doctor was the one who came up and said, I think this might have been from a lab. And everyone went crazy. When Trump said it, it became politicized. We just want to know the evidence. 2 + 2 is 4. I'd like to know that equation. Facts. That used to be, it means something. That's it.
I think we're in agreement that we do want answers. And I think we're in agreement that if it came from China, we don't care. We just want to know. But to your point, Jeff,
do care. There are some repercussions that should be had.
There should be. Absolutely. Yes. But I think where Trump kind of stepped in it when he started, or maybe he did this intentionally, is he approached it from a divisive starting point. He started calling it the China virus.
Yeah.
We started seeing Asian Americans assaulted on our American streets because of it, rather than him saying, China is a country. We believe it started here.
Fair.
Here's why. And so when it starts from a bad place, it makes it impossible to then almost retroactively just go back and approach it from a scientific point of view because it started with a divisive nature.
Very true.
Well said. Okay, so we do have a quick correction to a story we talked about yesterday. According to the Associated Press, these doctors did not walk out of their South Florida hospital in protest. Instead, they say they held an early morning press conference before office hours. The intention was to encourage people to get vaccinated. I think that's important for you guys to know that detail. All right, so I've seen this all over my feed. I'm curious if you guys have too.
Absolutely.
That's where you see these crazy videos of people doing the milk crate challenge. Well, now the FDA is discouraging people from doing it. And before we show you a warning, do not try this at home. The challenge reportedly started on TikTok. Look at this. Wow. Where someone tries to walk over a bunch of milk crates that are stacked together, but people have gotten seriously injured. Look at that. After, of course, that the crates give way as they stack them higher and higher and higher. Now, TikTok has released a statement saying they prohibit content that promotes or glorifies dangerous acts and said they would remove the videos along with the hashtag. Okay, I mean, this isn't anything new, whether it's the cinnamon challenge or this, like, why are people so apt to, like, put their lives in danger for likeness?
I think Al has the best answer.
I agree.
Well, it's a lot of pressure. But
let's go.
Honestly, you know, I do a podcast called Dying for Likes, and it's people that are looking for attention because I think in our adult lives, especially, these are grown-ups. These aren't 12-year-olds. There's a point where you stop getting the acknowledgement and the accolades that you matter in the world. You look at, you know, oh, here's my buddy Jeff. Him and his wife, they did a gender reveal. They got 300 likes. We only got 21 on ours. Well, okay, well then we're gonna fire a cannon. You know, it has to keep going up until you get people literally, it looked like, Sam, breaking their backs. We only get one of these bodies, and it's. I'm glad TikTok is taking action, but like, where was this for the Skull Breaker challenge, for the Tide Pod challenge?
Right.
So, you know, it's sad, but I understand the genesis and where it comes from.
It's all about fame and social points, sadly enough, with the younger generation right now. They don't care how they get it. They don't care who they have to step on to get it, whether it's insulting you, insulting me, insulting The Rock for a bad movie. As long as they get social credit or social points for it, watch me run up this thing and break my back. As long as I get likes, I'm willing to put my body, my life, my integrity out on the line just so I get these social points.
And that's really where we are in America. Just the dopamine hit is that high for social connection. That's really what it means.
I would say the world, and it is a currency.
Yeah,
like when you get
I don't
famous
like
on
it.
the internet, you can do things. Jeff, you said you met the Antoine Dodson guy.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah. He was famous for some years.
my moment.
Antoine's the hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yes.
Okay. So here's a really strange story that I went down a rabbit hole. A Belgian woman has been banned from a zoo after she reportedly had a 4-year affair. She called it affair, okay, with a chimp named Cheetah. She had visited with him every week at the zoo for years. They would visit each other, blow kisses to each other through the glass, wave to one another. The zoo said the special relationship had caused Cheetah to be isolated and shunned by the other chimps in the habitat. So it's a really sad story.
Yeah, what'd you find out,
This
Sam?
must hit you close to home.
It's just all of it makes me sad because Cheetah, first of all, is being completely ostracized by the other chimps because she prefers people. It's not just this particular woman. She does love this woman, the chimp. But this chimp also just gravitates towards humans because before it went to the zoo, it was a pet with a human. So all it knows is humans. So the zoo's trying to protect the chimp because the chimp community there, according to the zookeepers, do not like that this chimp has look at Jeff's face, has related to, stop it,
What?
has related to the human.
The show's an hour long.
So first of all, the woman is sad that she can't see her friend anymore. She can't apparently, she can't just interact with it. And the chimp's sad that it can't interact with humans, but what's the chimp supposed to do because he's being shunned by all the other chimps? Makes me sad.
The chimp made a decision. It tried to level up and start hanging out with humans. It made a decision.
Oh, it chose?
Missed.
It chose to go be a pet? It chose?
They were having a connection there, Sam, through the glass, and I don't blame the chimp. You can't go back to hanging with chimps after you've been hanging with people.
It's getting beat up. I don't know why I'm laughing. The other chimps are hurting it.
Are you going to start a chimp anti-bullying campaign?
No, but I'm only smiling because like it makes me, I don't know how to deal with my emotion.
Right,
I'm very awkward right now.
Of course, it's also
very uncomfortable.
Of course,
It's just a
understandable.
crappy situation all around. It's not fair.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right.
How do you have proof that it's getting beat up?
You want to keep it going.
Because the zoo has it documented. Thank you. They watch it.
There's an assault report.
It's at a nightclub. Okay.
Coming up on DBL, a lawsuit over this legendary Nirvana album cover. Why the baby, who's all grown up now, is suing Kurt Cobain's estate decades later.
Stick around.
Yeah.
And an interview, you guys, with the U.S. Secretary of Education. What Miguel Cardona, Dr. Miguel Cardona, is saying about keeping kids safe in schools. Next.
Closed captioning provided by
We've all got.
All right. Jeff, Sam says that she has proof that the chimp got beat up in a nightclub.
According to the documentation from this specific zoo and their conservation efforts, they're very concerned about this chimp. That's why they're making these.
How do you know so much about chimps?
That's why they're making these, very strict rules about certain people interacting with this particular chimp because it has been beat up. They have the documentation of the other chimps beating it up.
I'm hearing that we couldn't find out where the virus came from. It's inconclusive, as well as this chimp.
Yeah.
It's not
The government looked into it. We spent a lot of government dollars and tax money.
The chimp was tuned up again this Friday.
It's not that hard to understand.
The chimp is so humanized that it's trying to sue the zoo.
It's not that hard to see when a chimp, or either you full-on witness the chimps hurting this chimp, or you see that the chimp is injured. So it happened overnight.
I think it's funny how stories go in a different direction. Like when I got it pitched, it was about the woman and how weird she was. But all of a sudden, it's about the chimp.
It does say that I wanted. Well, I guess I shouldn't do it. Well,
the woman fell in love with the chimp.
A
That was
quick
the
fact about chimpanzees: their brains are identical to ours. Jane Goodall noticed they use tools. They hunt for meat. They hug. They pat on the back. They kiss. They have human emotions. They actually war with each other over tribal boundaries. I think that's really interesting because it explains a lot.
Tori's giving her chimp facts again.
I find that fascinating as a primatologist. That's where we
interesting thing that you found out about
so this is what she watched. Everyone thought that chimps ate leaves and nothing. She watched them, males, patrol their border against another group, so tribal that they got into an actual war that lasted for weeks, and in the end, they were killing each other's children and eating them. That's how crazy.
It's different than they really are vegans, chimps.
Well, no, they actually eat meat.
No, they don't.
They eat termites and other things. She found that out.
Termites are meat?
Okay, so
Meat it?
chimpanzees are, I guess you could say, largely vegan. If they eat like Welcome back to DBL. Oh my goodness, look at him. We've got a very special guest on the show today. Please welcome the Secretary of Education, Dr. Miguel Cardona. Yes!
Hello.
Hey, Secretary Cardona, welcome to DBL. Let me tell you, we asked our viewers what questions they had for you, and we had more questions for you than any guest we've ever had on. A lot of them are stressed out about going back to school, right? A lot of them started school about a week ago. In your opinion, how is back to school going so far?
Look, well, first of all, thanks for having me on. Happy to be here with you. And across the nation, 50 million students are going back to school, another 20,000 in college. And we know that back to school jitters are real, but I've seen overwhelmingly the back to school excitement. Yes, now we have to deal with this Delta variant, and we have to be very careful to make sure that we're protecting our students and our staff. So that's that added layer of stress. But overall, I do see schools reopening. I do see them following those mitigation strategies that we know work to keep our students and our staff safe.
So leading with that theme, some of our viewers also asked about kids wearing masks in school. So the president has directed the Department of Education to intervene in states that have banned mask mandates in school. My kids are 2 and 4. They're in preschool. They have to wear masks in school. What steps are you taking personally to keep our kids safe?
Thanks for mentioning your kids, because the kids are fine. It's sometimes the adults and their policies that get in the way of safe reopening. You know, I remember last year we were reopening schools in Connecticut without the vaccine, without the frequency of tests, without the year's worth of knowledge that we have now. And our students were amazing. Our educators were amazing to do what we needed to do to get them back in. Let our educators educate. Let our school leaders lead. They know what to do to get our schools safely reopened. Follow those mitigation strategies, but also build confidence in the community and the parents, letting them know what you're doing to keep their children safe. I think that's part of what we do now as educators, to make sure we're communicating what we're doing to keep our children safe and our schools safe. And as a father myself, I know my children want to be back in school, and I know they're going to do whatever they need to do to be in school uninterrupted. So let the students come in. The masks help prevent spread, so let them use those masks to get in school safely.
All right, Secretary Cardona, I've always wanted to say that. I feel like I'm on West Wing. How are you, sir? It's Tori here. Now that the Pfizer vaccine has gotten full approval of the FDA, we have a viewer, Brad, and he wants to know what a lot of viewers want to know. What is your take on mandating vaccines for teachers specifically? And is that something you were actually going to push for?
Yeah, thanks, Brad. That's a great question. And I think we were all kind of just waiting for this final FDA approval. Look, we don't open schools in many of our states without other vaccines. This vaccine saves lives. I am in support of those places that are doing vaccination requirements for schools. You know, that's not my purview as Secretary of Education, but I do support strong leaders that are saying, listen, we need to get our students back in school safely. We need to protect lives, and we know it's safe, so we're going to move forward with it. I'm just looking forward to, now that we have that hurdle, right, the FDA hurdle, I'm looking forward to allowing students that are younger to get vaccinated so that we can move on past this pandemic, get into the business of teaching and learning, which is what we do best in our schools.
Amen.
All right, well, Secretary Cardona, I just want to say, first of all, as somebody that's sending 2 kids to school today, this morning, what you had to say was really reassuring, so I appreciate that. Now let's talk about some of the new education initiatives, like the 2 additional years of free pre-K and community college. Tell our viewers why you think these are so important.
Thanks, Alan. First of all, I hope your children have a great school year.
They're excited,
2 years
man.
of community college. You know, we could talk about free 3- and 4-year-old pre-K programs or community college. We could talk about that in isolation as great strategies, but this president understands that education is fundamental for our country's growth. And investing in 2 years of community college, where we know graduates of community college earn on average 21% more than high school graduates. This is great for their families, great for their opportunities, but also great for our country and our economic stability. So it's really forward thinking to make sure that we keep raising the bar. We don't want other countries to catch up. The president gets that, and 2 years of community college is a game changer for so many families and so many communities.
Wow. I'm just blown away. Secretary Cardona, you're warm.
He's so good.
You're sincere. You're reassuring.
His smile.
Sorry. Okay, so we've got more with Secretary Cardona, if he'll stick with us after the break, including a very important take. I know that a lot of our viewers have their own opinion about trans kids participating in school sports. You're going to hear his opinion. We'll be right back with Secretary Cardona.
School supply list may be harder to check off this year. Let's connect the dots. Experts say companies that make school supplies are facing the same supply chain issues we're seeing for other products. They're short-staffed, and because of the pandemic, they're having a harder time importing products from overseas. That's leading to a shortage on everything from backpacks to laptops. One of the toughest things to find right now may be your child's back-to-school wardrobe. Parents didn't buy a lot of clothes for kids last year because many of them were learning from home. Well, now clothes are flying off the shelves as kids have completely outgrown a lot of their clothes. All this doesn't mean your kids will have to go to school without pens and pencils or a new pair of jeans. The reality is they may just have fewer choices when picking their school supplies this year. And families will likely need to be flexible in the months to come. Experts estimate these shortages could last until 2022. And that is connecting the dots.
Welcome back to DBL. We've got more with Secretary of Education, Dr. Miguel Cardona. Okay, so Secretary Cardona, this year there are a ton of hot button issues for schools that our audience specifically wanted to hear about. So let's talk about some of them. Up first, what is your take on schools banning trans girls from competing on girls' sports teams?
You know, again, let's get the politics out of this. Let educators do what they do best. All students deserve to be in a school environment where they can participate fully. Extracurricular activities are part of that school experience. All students deserve that right to participate in those extracurricular activities.
Short and sweet, I like.
Yeah, I like that. So next up, a lot of our viewers wrote in about something called critical race theory. Here we go. And it's happening in our colleges as well as our high schools and below. So maybe quickly explain what it is, why is it so controversial, and basically how do you feel about being banned from schools?
You know, the Build Back Better agenda is so strong that we're finding random things now to complain about, to serve as a proxy for a distraction. We're not going to get into it. We don't control curriculum at the federal government. I'm a big believer in equity and making sure students see diverse characters in their stories, and students see themselves in their stories and see other cultures, because as a country, that's how we get stronger. But this notion that we're endorsing one particular belief over another, we don't get into that. We're not going to give it airtime. We're focused on building back better, and the agenda does that. We're not going to be distracted by different things to try to get us off that message.
Ooh, what a politician.
I know.
Slick, I like it. Let's slide right
Do
over.
you like that?
I did.
Yeah, that was
what
pretty
does
good.
David Schwimmer say? Pivot. All right, let's lighten things up a bit. Stop it, Jeff. It turns out you went to school with one of our amazing cameramen. He's like family to us, Rob. He gave us this picture from your yearbook, sir. Cool mullet. We like your mullet.
Oh, wow.
Good mullet. So we wanted to know, in that mullet, did you have any idea or hopes or dreams that you'd end up being the Secretary of Education?
Listen, not only was wearing the chain on the outside of your shirt cool then, I was working really hard to get that mullet to go straight.
Totally.
You know, I didn't go as far as using a straightening iron, but I was trying really hard to have that go down, to have, you know, that 80s rock hair, kind of like ravishing Rob Reel over there. And we were able to do that.
You know what they say about mullets, that it's business in the front, party in the back. So do you have two sides to you, or are you all
That's
business?
a good question.
Be honest.
Listen, I'm me. I like to bring the party to the work. It's who I am. It's the music, I'm me, no matter, I'm unapologetically me, whether I'm in the barrio or the boardroom.
Yes. I heard you were a singer. I know your wife is a singer. Can you give us a little sound of your songs?
What?
Wow. You know, I don't want to negatively impact school reopening.
I feel you. Good for you.
Singing.
Now that's a true political answer right there. That was great.
You're always welcome to come back. We appreciate you. Rob
you.
has spoken so highly of you, and to get his endorsement, literally, for us.
He also has the president's endorsement.
I know, but it's always nice to know somebody personally says that this is the guy.
That's
so we really appreciate you,
Thank you.
Secretary Cardona. Thank you so much for joining us here in DBL and for being so contrite with our viewers. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Thanks.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Promotional
The FDA has approved the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, which is now being licensed under the name Comirnaty. While the Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines have been approved for emergency use by the FDA for months, Pfizer is the first company to receive full approval. But is that the fastest the FDA has ever fully approved a vaccine? Let's verify. We went to these sources to get an answer. The Pfizer vaccine received emergency authorization on December 11, 2020, based on limited trial data. But to get full approval, Pfizer needed to provide the FDA with more data in the form of a Biologics License Application, or BLA. In May of 2021, the company submitted its BLA with an analysis of 44,000 subjects who had been followed for up to 6 months after the second dose. On August 23rd, they received full approval from the FDA. The FDA has a standard review process and a faster priority review process. According to Paul Offit, the priority review process usually takes about 6 months. But according to the FDA, the Pfizer vaccine was approved in just over 3 months. In an email to Verify, they said, "This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA." Janet Woodcock, acting commissioner of the FDA, says the expedited process did not shortchange any safety standards.
This vaccine meets the FDA's gold standards for safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality that we require for an approved product.
So we can verify it's true. This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Detail. All right, so we got some comments.
We are arguing in the break. I love it.
Steven says, I enjoyed Dr. Cardona on the show. Brought an interesting perspective. Vanessa Green says, love you all, but Jeff makes me laugh the hardest.
Vanessa!
Wow, on a political interview.
Yeah. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online.
Tori's leaving. If there's three of us, Tori had a breakdown.
Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you're sticking around, here's what's coming up. Imagine Tom Cruise landing his helicopter in your yard. We'll tell you all about the special surprise one family got from the actor. Wow. And the baby made famous by this Nirvana album cover is all grown up. But why is he suing the band? Boo. Find out next.
Yay.
Boo is right. Boo.
Yay.
Boo.
Yay.
I received my vaccine in another county. So does that county get credit for it or the county where I live?
Nancy, let's verify. How does the health department count the vaccinated in each county? Is it how many shots were given out in that county, or is it based on your address? Our sources, Melanie Arnold of the Illinois Department of Public Health and Lisa Cox of the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services. Both sources said your vaccination counts where you live, not where you got it. Lisa Cox wrote, it's always tied to the person's county of residence and not where they received the dose. Melanie Arnold added, if a Missouri resident is vaccinated in Illinois and they provide their address as Missouri, it would be counted in the Missouri numbers. We can verify when you are vaccinated, the county you live in gets the credit. And that's how the health department calculates the percentage of vaccinated in each county.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
What'd she do? We've already begun here. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Al, Jeff, and Tori. Let's get started. All right, so the man who was featured on an iconic Nirvana album cover is now suing the band. So that's Spencer, okay? Spencer Eldon, as a baby, on the cover of Nirvana's 1991 Nevermind album. But now he claims his parents never gave their consent to use the image on the album back then. The lawsuit claims the band broke federal pornography laws and exploited Spencer because he was naked in the shot. But get this, Spencer has recreated the cover several times throughout his life to mark various anniversaries of the album, and he even has the word Nevermind, the album title, tattooed on his chest. He also appeared at a Comic-Con in Niagara Falls 2 years ago. There's also a slew of different magazines where he spoke out saying it was very cool. That was just literally a handful of years ago. How do you feel about this?
None of that matters in a legal case if he's done anything to profit from it, if he never gave consent to show a naked picture of him as a baby on one of the most popular covers of all time, and he's also chasing a dollar bill, which was photoshopped in, which they mention in the case. That's why it's pornography. It is supposed to represent sex workers going for the dollar, chasing the dollars.
That's not what it represents. That's what the defense is saying.
Right, that's what they're claiming. And if you ask me, does he have a legal case? If you didn't get a baby to sign with his penis, and I'm going to say that because it was on the cover of a lot of things, sorry, and you didn't get compensated for that, you absolutely have a case for that. And whether or not it's child pornography or using your likeness, that man deserves compensation, in my opinion.
You said he signed with it. If he did that, he gets some money.
That's what I thought you were saying.
I'll definitely pay him if he did that.
He'd be a
I'm not going to go down.
4-month-old.
It would be amazing. He would deserve some more money. In this circumstance, however, it's a money grab. You mentioned it earlier. It's him chasing the money. He's profited off this in the past. He's tattooed the band's
None of that matters.
album. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Not in a court.
Okay, so as a little baby, 6 months old. I don't know how old he was.
He was 4 months
old
in Pasadena.
How is he supposed to approve of this?
His parents never signed consent.
Hold on.
Aha!
Yeah.
Aha! Guess what?
You're not Larry David.
No,
what?
I was going more for Coming to America. Thank you, Al.
Sorry.
So he was one of 5 babies that happened to be in the pool, which his guardians got paid $250 each, all 5. Which is a legally binding contract.
I agree with you. Did anyone have a consent to show his naked body
They
on
signed
that image?
off on it.
There was no signature. They got $200
Overruled.
and some tacos. I read they got tacos, but no one signed a consent.
And $250.
Well,
He
I
did
said
get
that.
paid.
I said
Listen, if
$250.
you're going to go, because if you look at, I'm not a legal expert, I'm not a lawyer, but I did dig into what attorneys are saying about this specific case. And what they're saying is when it comes to infants, there are no child pornography laws when it comes to infants unless they are specifically sexualized. Otherwise, you'd have to go sue every proud mom that is showing a newborn photo of her baby on Instagram.
And that's why the dollar bill is so important in their case.
That's one idea of how the defense is trying to win their client their money.
Correct.
But according to the band and countless interviews, that's not what that album cover represents. So not only do you have what the band has said decades ago, but you also look at this person's track history for being litigious. You also look at this person's track history for profiting off the album. And believe me, I was the first person, even though I'm a huge Nirvana fan, to be like, okay, I need to look at this from an open mind, because if this really was exploitation of a young baby, then I would have completely supported you.
What else is it? It's his penis, and he never got paid for it. That's
He did
exploitation.
get paid.
$200, and he never consented.
Wait, the parents consented.
Okay, but the parents never signed
was her
anything to
best-
say my genitals are going to be on the most
Then he
popular
should sue the
iconic
parents.
cover.
Then he should sue the parents,
Sam,
not
can
the
I-
album, because the parents, sorry, Al,
No,
because
please.
the parents were best friends with the photographer. The photographer, they did exchange a contract through money and a shake of the hand. They never knew that this was going to blow up to what it is. And he also got paid in those additional photo shoots. But go ahead, Al, sorry.
I was just going to say, I know that we're arguing the legality of this, but when I look at this, I just see a sad individual and somebody that did not move on from something they did when they were a young child. My daughter, and I've told you guys during the break, it was too late for me to get the pictures, and my daughter was the baby in the movie College Road Trip. She's the baby that turns into Raven Simone. That's
So
Abraham.
cool.
But if I told Abraham, I was like, hey, that's you, she'd be like, oh. and then she moves on with her day.
No offense to your daughter, but it's not the most iconic cover that went on to send 10 million copies.
Speak for yourself. I watch it every day. No, I definitely agree with you, and maybe that would have changed if that had become Forrest Gump or something like that. But when you have somebody that does something that they don't even know that they did, and now they've attached their entire identity to it.
Tattooing.
This is going to be something that sadly is going to be, I'm the baby, and everybody's like, got it, bro.
I'm just saying mentally, all of that is real, but legally, that's irrelevant. He could have made money up to the day of the court case. He still gets grounds for a case.
It's a money grab, and Tori's having a bad day because people said I was funnier than you, and Sam's on the other side of this.
Okay, someone wrote in and said I'm their favorite. Thank you, Sarah Estacio.
You can't write yourself.
It's me. It is me. No, it's Sarah. Thank you.
All right, so you never know when Tom Cruise is going to land a helicopter, get this, in your yard. Can you imagine? While in the UK, Tom got permission to land in a family's field because the nearby airport was closed. He posed for pics with the family and even offered to take the kids for a ride in the chopper. This isn't the first time Tom has made a request for an unusual landing. James Corden remembered the time Tom wanted to land his in his yard. Watch.
Says, I'm here till August. I'm staying in St John's Wood. I'd love to see you. And he put, we can make that happen. Can I land my heli in your yard? I promise it's true. I sent back, thinking he was joking, 4 crying emojis. Does that mean no?
Wow.
What did you do?
We were still talking about the Nirvana thing.
I have a different take on this. I think this is a bad idea for the kids to go on a helicopter with Tom Cruise, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't think that you should peak at age 11. And that's the best thing that's ever going to happen, you being in a helicopter ride. You need to tell your kids, you're going to hate me right now, but if you go get in that helicopter, that's going to be the bar for your life.
However,
you could never go back from that. That's going to be the bar for fun.
However, my husband met Michael Jordan at the height of Chicago Bulls when they were in this 3-peat, 6-win, whatever.
Repeat, 3-peat.
Repeat, 3-peat. Met him, shook his hand, got his autograph. He remembered his name, and he said, maybe over the wedding, it's the best memory of his whole life.
Right.
So this could be not just peaking, it could cement him for loving his family, for getting him that opportunity. Maybe he becomes an actor, an airplane pilot.
That makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. I'm with you on that.
This could be the best. So that's gonna be the best moment of your life. I don't want that. I don't want that for my kid. I want them to achieve more than being a passenger.
Maybe you should ask your child what they want.
They want to stay with daddy on the ground. They'd be like, we'll see you in about 30 minutes, buddy.
Bye. Okay, so Gwen Stefani's ex, Gavin Rossdale, has a new lady, and guess what? She's named Gwen. So Gavin and Gwen Stefani were married for 13 years before divorcing in 2015. Now Gavin, who is 55, is reportedly dating model Gwen Singer, who is 26. That's 6 years younger than his daughter, Daisy. That's what a lot of you are writing in about. Gwen and Gwen don't just share a name, they also kind of look alike. They do kind of look alike.
Well, you're the resident Gwen Stefani stalker.
I am.
You are. Let's be honest. You wore a glowing sign to the concert.
And she got pulled up by Gwen.
That was by the security. But like,
I held a Christmas light sign that my husband, God bless his soul, made because he knew that it'd be such a fantastic sign that she would have no choice but to pull me up there. And Mark held the sign, not me. It literally was like, my wife loves you so much. And she stopped. She was like, oh my gosh, is that a Christmas light sign? And then all of a sudden I was on stage and we took selfies together and she smelled beautiful.
Yeah, that's not what a stalker would say. What do you think about this story? Because I think it's super embarrassing for the 55-year-old. Call it ageism or whatever. I think a 55-year-old dating a 26-year-old, you look, to steal a word from Jeff, bananagrams. You look insane, and I think that a lot of people, because I've seen this as a comic, you know, somebody be like, hey, good show. Hey, look at the date I'm on. She's in the bathroom. She'll wait till she comes out. And like, it's a young girl, and it looks like you want to date your niece. Oof, you look really, I just don't see how this is real. I wish them love, but
what about having
30 years?
What about having a new partner that resembles your ex and is named your ex? Like, can you imagine?
Gwen Singer. So she's a singer. It's like double. It's like double. And his daughter, she's 6 years younger.
That's so weird.
It's like you have more in common with the daughter than you do with Gavin.
And that's what I don't get is just what do you talk about? I'm in such a different place at 25 than I am at 55. Like, what do they have in common over a glass of wine, if she can have a glass of wine, she's legal, but to discuss what? Like, what are you talking about? You're just in different parts.
I think there's a lot of sex.
Oh, okay.
Is it weird that they look alike though? No one's bringing that up. You guys are focused on age.
But is it weird that you have a type? Or do you think would you think it was stranger if the person that you're with right now, their last 4 exes kind of look similar, or they looked wildly different?
I like wildly different because that means you're attracted to the heart.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My exes look wildly different because I was always attracted to their heart.
My exes are also different.
To their heart?
Yeah.
How could you see their heart? You had to get to know them, and so you had to be attracted to something.
I can tell if someone's nice by watching how they interact with people around them.
And that's all that matters?
And that's not all that matters, but that's a large part. Tori.
Kindness is important.
Would you guys stop? Oh, kindness is important. We're talking about from across the room at a party. What are you looking at?
Everything. Are you kidding me? If they're like a buffoon on a table being like, drink, 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 I'm not going to go after that person.
We're not talking about
you
that.
You guys met at Saddle Ranch. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, it is. Casablanca going over poetry. Yeah, you guys are at a tourist trap.
It was his
bar.
heart. I fell in love when he was riding the bull.
I rode that bull
after 20
for
beers.
my bachelorette
His
party.
heart was shining.
I rode that bull.
His heart was shining.
Coming up on DBL, an all-new True Crime Chronicles as we look into the double murder of a young couple in an Ohio town. Why aren't police considering any new evidence in the case?
Closed captioning provided by
So we got a comment that says, my ex-husband married a girl born in the same decade as our daughter. How do you deal with the ex if you're trying to be good? Do you like show judgment? Like if your ex really did do that, like a really young person, do you still maintain a friendship just because for the kid's sake? Or are you just like, I'm down, there's the boundary now.
As
You've crossed
somebody
a
that
line.
has an ex-wife,
how do you do that?
You have to support the person that they're with. Like
Yeah,
as
right?
long as they seem like safe and
I
healthy,
see.
like the idea of you wanting to start a war with your ex and their new partner is insane because your
judgment.
kids are now probably at an age where they're internalizing everything and they're like, oh, okay, if you break up with somebody, then you know you must wish nothing but the worst for them.
Right.
It should be like basically that you guys just kind of downshift into a friendship, which is what me and my ex are texting the pictures of our kids and like laughing and making jokes. And it's not like that at the beginning, obviously. But time heals all wounds, and I think
Good
that
for you, Al.
yeah, it's easier, it's
counterproductive,
better,
right? Yeah,
and
it's
it's just
inefficient
weird.
waste of your time.
Why would you still be arguing with someone? It's like you guys were arguing and you got divorced. What are you still arguing
And there's
about?
nothing worse than like picking sides or like coming over to my house. I'm like,
yeah,
you know, if we're married, Al's, you know,
Yeah.
don't listen to him.
How's
you know
it
what I mean?
being at your mom's house?
Yeah, so
That
they'll come
happens
to their
a
own
lot.
conclusions if you're just a good parent as they get older, you know?
Exactly.
You find a way to make it work.
Yeah, the whole point
What
is
goes
to
up
push
must
these
come
kids into adulthood, and you want to do it as easily and as seamlessly as possible.
And what a great example you and your ex-wife are to your children, because that shows them how to model it one day if it happens to them.
Yeah, I mean, I really like my ex's new dude.
That's so
Like,
cool.
I really like
That's like Jason Momoa and the Kravitzes. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
like buddies.
Yeah.
I love that mature relationship.
And Al just dropping that his daughter's in a movie.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I know.
How is that as a baby? That's crazy.
Yeah, and she
Really
could
cool.
care less. She's never mentioned it.
So cool.
Never mentioned
Is she gonna get a tattoo of it on her?
College.
Money grab.
Welcome back to DBL. Left for dead in their own home, a young couple's grisly homicides still haunt Holland, Ohio to this day. We're taking you back to that horrific night and the murder that shook a suburb in today's True Crime Chronicles.
My son is in the basement tied up at his house. I just saw him through the window. The police out here earlier and did absolutely nothing.
Okay, all right, we'll get them out there.
Get the cops out here. I told them earlier and they wouldn't listen to me.
You need to calm down. We'll get them out there. But yelling at me is
unconscious. They're unconscious, ma'am.
On January 30th, 2011, 21-year-old Johnny Clark and 20-year-old Lisa Straub are found in their parents' home on the kitchen floor, their arms bound behind their backs, plastic bags duct taped over their heads.
Have you heard of another case in this area where someone was killed in the same manner?
To my knowledge, no. I haven't. That specific MO, we haven't had anything like that ourselves.
Investigators search the house, but no evidence stands out except for one cigarette butt, a tiny piece of evidence that breaks the case wide open.
You tell me why your DNA was in my crime scene.
Police arrest and charge Samuel Todd Williams for the two murders. However, the cigarette butt may not be the smoking gun investigators hoped for.
I know that I was at the Bottom Line bar watching the Pro Bowl with a few other people.
We were at the Bottom Line watching the football games with his cousin Larry Goodall, and it was his cousin's 21st birthday. He was with me that night. Cameo, I don't know where Cameo was.
That's okay. What if I tell you that you're not on the video with the Bottom Line on that night?
What do you mean?
The Bottom Line has video.
Right.
So you or Sam are not on that video.
The detectives do not have video from the bar. And phone records show that Williams made a call to Madrid at 10:27 p.m. that night. The call pinged off of a tower near the Bottom Line bar, a 30-minute drive from the crime scene. Johnny and Lisa were last heard from at 10:41 p.m.
And you hear, was it, bro, what are you doing? Or was it,
No.
bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, just like
Bro! Did he sound like he knew them people?
Mm-hmm. That's why I said I think that whoever did it, he knew.
Except for the cigarette butt with his DNA and several sets of unknown DNA, no evidence at the crime scene directly points to Williams or anyone else.
Don't know what you guys are talking about.
How did your DNA get in there then, Sam?
I have no idea. I have no explanation. I know I did not place that there.
But a jury disagrees. On July 27, 2012, the court finds Samuel Todd Williams guilty of killing Johnny Clark and Lisa Straub. The judge gives him 2 life sentences with no chance of parole.
And even though there are still questions about his guilt, police are not looking into any new evidence. We couldn't believe this, so we talked to Brian Duggar, who covered this story, and take a look at what Brian had to say. Brian, thank you so much for being here. I just want to straight up ask you, why did you investigate a 10-year-old murder? What started you on this path?
Yeah, you know, I've been in the Toledo area since 1998. And whenever you're in a particular community for that long a time, there's always, you know, that certain crime that just kind of sticks out in your mind. And that was the case with this murder for me.
All right, I'm going to ask a question that anybody that's followed the story wants to ask, and that's what is stopping the sheriff's office from investigating the new evidence?
We know that there were 5, 6, maybe even 4 unknown sets of DNA in that house, and it didn't make sense to me why they didn't want to investigate, but one of the goals of this story was to get them to look at the case again, and particularly at that DNA, and I think we've been able to do that.
Now, I'm going to ask a pretty direct question here, and this is just your opinion. Do you think Sam Williams is innocent?
I think there's a lot of question about Sam Williams' guilt. I mean, he's maintained that he's been innocent for, 10 years now, and I think with my investigation, I was able to paint a pretty good timeline for him, that he was 20, 30 minutes away at the time that the murder happened. I was able to tell that through phone records, through witness statements. So I think there's certainly question, but The big hurdle for him to overcome is how does his cigarette with his DNA on it end up in a house that he said he was never in.
Right, it's that one cigarette butt. It's so interesting. So we've covered the broad strokes of the case here on the show, but trust me, there is so much more to it. So if you'd like to get those details, go to WTOL11.com. You can also check out Brian's full uncut interview with Sam Williams on WTOL's YouTube channel. We've also covered Johnny and Lisa's murder on our True Crime Chronicles podcast, which you can find online as well. Thank you, Brian, for just sticking with this case. I think it's people like you that'll bring justice. So thank you so much for doing that. We'll be right back.
Attention, an important
school supply list may be harder to check off this year. Let's connect the dots. Experts say companies that make school supplies are facing the same supply chain issues we're seeing for other products. They're short-staffed, and because of the pandemic, they're having a harder time importing products from overseas. That's leading to a shortage on everything from backpacks to laptops. One of the toughest things to find right now may be your child's back-to-school wardrobe. Parents didn't buy a lot of clothes for kids last year because many of them were learning from home. Well, now clothes are flying off the shelves as kids have completely outgrown a lot of their clothes. All this doesn't mean your kids will have to go to school without pens and pencils or a new pair of jeans. The reality is they may just have fewer choices when picking their school supplies this year. And families will likely need to be flexible in the months to come. Experts estimate these shortages could last until 2022. And that is connecting the dots.
Welcome back to DBL. We've all dreamed about our retirement, you know, laying on a tropical beach somewhere, but how are you going to plan for that? We are going to chat about it in today's Bang for Your Buck, presented by The Hartford. So there are 4 easy ways to achieve success in your golden years. First, maintain good physical and mental health. Next, try to have a strong support system of friends and family. And this one, very important, don't let your old job define you. Find your new purpose. Lastly, be debt-free so you can enjoy your retirement. We've made it easy for you. For quality and affordable insurance, the Buck's got your back. The Hartford will be happy to provide you solutions. So call the Hartford at 1-800-683-7108 or visit thehartford.com to learn more. We're getting there. We're in our 40s.
Wow.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm 39.
Are you still 39?
I'm 39, and in January, it's happening.
Ooh,
All
I can't
right.
wait. We'll be right back. Big party.
No.
promotional consideration is brought to you by
The FDA has approved the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, which is now being licensed under the name Comirnaty. While the Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines have been approved for emergency use by the FDA for months, Pfizer is the first company to receive full approval. But is that the fastest the FDA has ever fully approved a vaccine? Let's verify. We went to these sources to get an answer. The Pfizer vaccine received emergency authorization on December 11, 2020, based on limited trial data. But to get full approval, Pfizer needed to provide the FDA with more data in the form of a Biologics License Application, or BLA. In May of 2021, the company submitted its BLA with an analysis of 44,000 subjects who had been followed for up to 6 months after the second dose. On August 23rd, they received full approval from the FDA. The FDA has a standard review process and a faster priority review process. According to Paul Offit, the priority review process usually takes about 6 months. But according to the FDA, the Pfizer vaccine was approved in just over 3 months. In an email to Verify, they said, "This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA." Janet Woodcock, acting commissioner of the FDA, says the expedited process did not shortchange any safety standards.
This vaccine meets the FDA's gold standards for safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality that we require for an approved product.
So we can verify it's true. This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Daytil.
Tomorrow on DBL, Soleil Moonfry, aka Punky Brewster, will be here. She reveals what it was like growing up in the spotlight and staying successful after child stardom. That's tomorrow on DBL.
I can't wait. I love her. Okay, so Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the gift that keeps on giving.
I've been described like that.
No, you have not.
Okay. Watch as he casually surprised fans on a tour bus. Take a look.
Hey, you guys know where I can find The Rock? How you guys doing? Hey. Oh, well, that was fun. It's a good way to start off my Saturday.
That's amazing.
I would think it, like, I would immediately think it's an impersonator. I don't know why, but I'm like, is it really just a rock pulling up?
It's tough to impersonate that guy.
Yeah,
you gotta be
not a lot of
big
body
human.
doubles.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about as I looked at that clip? I was just like, he has the perfect personality to be him, because if he looked like that but was kind of reclusive or something and people are like, I want your autograph, he'd be like, no, thank you. But he loves being The Rock, and it's good because he makes people's day.
Very
so
welcoming.
Shout out to
Tori did
him.
that one time.
Yeah.
What
Hey
happened?
guys, it's Tori from DBL.
No one knew. No one cared. No one cared.
I care.
DBL's
I
new
love
every day. Bye, guys.
When did that happen?
I received my vaccine in another county. So does that county get credit for it, or the county where I live?
Nancy, let's verify. How does the health department count the vaccinated in each county? Is it how many shots were given out in that county, or is it based on your address? Our sources, Melanie Arnold of the Illinois Department of Public Health and Lisa Cox of the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services. Both sources said your vaccination counts where you live, not where you got it. Lisa Cox wrote, it's always tied to the person's county of residence and not where they received the dose. Melanie Arnold added, if a Missouri resident is vaccinated in Illinois and they provide their address as Missouri, it would be counted in the Missouri numbers. We can verify. When you are vaccinated, the county you live in gets the credit. And that's how the health department calculates the percentage of vaccinated in each county.
Here's what we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
A new dangerous trend is taking over TikTok. Why even the FDA is warning against doing the milk crate challenge. The Nirvana album Cover Baby is all grown up and suing the band. Does he have a case decades later? In today's True Crime Chronicles, the murder of a young couple leaves a community on edge.
My son is in the basement tied up at his house. I just saw him through the window.
And the U.S. Secretary of Education will be here. From mask wearing to mandatory vaccines for teachers, what's being done to keep kids safe in schools?
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It is Wednesday, August 25th. I'm Sam here with Al, Jeff, and Tori. Let's get started. All right, so we do have good news when it comes to COVID. That's a first, right? So if you were one of those that got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, like myself, the company is recommending a booster shot, saying it generates a big spike in antibodies. Those who got the booster saw a 9-fold increase. So meantime, the president got a classified report on the origin of coronavirus yesterday. Now, while we do not know exactly what is in it because it is classified, there are reports that it was inconclusive. The intelligence community couldn't reach consensus on whether it escaped from a lab in central China or if it jumped from an animal to a human. What do you make of this, Jeff?
I'm glad we're talking about it finally, right? Because I think it's a lot of questions people have about this subject. I have a lot to say as well, so I'm getting jumbled already. But let's start at the nexus of this, which should be where did the virus come from? Unfortunately, it's not. It's Donald Trump. And it splits America once again. If you believe that it came from a lab in China, you are a Trumper. You're on Trump's side, and we don't want to hear whatever you have to say. How did this split from having someone where it came from so we could know more about it, finding the facts about it, to becoming political? There's more signs in my eyes that point that it came from a lab rather than an animal. There's reports, allegedly, I want to be careful on my facts here, that remember way back in January, February when it first came out, coronavirus, and we started locking things down, that in November, one of the people who work at that lab, his wife had coronavirus in November, way before the virus spread throughout the world. So I don't think as Americans we need to be selfish enough to make it a Donald Trump thing, a liberal thing, whatever it may be. The whole world wants to know where this came from. Why aren't we looking into this more? I don't buy, once again, I'm let down by our U.S. government that they can't track down where this came from, and it's inconclusive, and these are going to be folded up again just like the JFK reports.
Okay, first of all, I 100% agree with everything you said, including the Trump thing. Including the Trump thing.
This is for the highlight reel.
Okay, because I am not a Trumper, and yet I have a lot of questions about China. I'd also like to say it's not the U.S.'s fault that it's inconclusive. China is not cooperating. I would like to know why where and how this is all happening. And if China is not cooperating, there needs to be pressure put in terms of sanctions or other things. Second of all, let's not forget a Chinese female doctor was the one who came up and said, I think this might have been from a lab. And everyone went crazy. When Trump said it, it became politicized. we just want to know the evidence. 2 + 2 is 4. I'd like to know that equation. Facts. That used to be and mean something. That's it.
I think we're in agreement that we do want answers. And I think we're in agreement that if it came from China, we don't care. We just want to know. But to your point,
we
Jeff,
do care. There are some repercussions that should be had.
There should be. Absolutely.
Yes.
But I think where Trump kind of stepped in it when he started, or maybe he did this intentionally, is he approached it from a divisive starting point. He started calling it the China virus.
Yeah.
We started seeing Asian Americans assaulted on our American streets because of it, rather than him saying, China is a country. We believe it started
That's
here.
fair.
Here's
That's fair.
why. And so when it starts from a bad place, it makes it impossible to then almost retroactively just go back and approach it from a scientific point of view, because it started with a divisive nature.
Very true.
Well said. Okay, so we do have a quick correction to a story we talked about yesterday. According to the Associated Press, these doctors did not walk out of their South Florida hospital in protest. Instead, they say they held an early morning press conference before office hours. The intention was to encourage people to get vaccinated. I think that's important for you guys to know that detail. All right, so I've seen this all over my feed. I'm curious if you guys have too.
Absolutely.
That's where you see these crazy videos of people doing the milk crate challenge. Well, now the FDA is discouraging people from doing it. And before we show you a warning, do not try this at home. The challenge reportedly started on TikTok. Look at this. Wow. Where someone tries to walk over a bunch of milk crates that are stacked together, but people have gotten seriously injured. Look at that. After, of course, that the crates give way as they stack them higher and higher and higher. Now, TikTok has released a statement saying they prohibit content that promotes or glorifies dangerous acts, and said they would remove the videos along with the hashtag. Okay, I mean, this isn't anything new, whether it's the cinnamon challenge or this, like, why are people so apt to, like, put their lives in danger for likeness?
I think Al has the best answer.
I agree.
Well, that's a lot of pressure. But
let's go.
Honestly, you know, I do a podcast called Dying for Likes, and it's people that are looking for attention, because I think in our adult lives, especially, these are grown-ups. These aren't 12-year-olds. There's a point where you stop getting the acknowledgement and the accolades that you matter in the world. You look at, you know, oh, here's my buddy Jeff. Him and his wife, they did a gender reveal. They got 300 likes. We only got 21 on ours. Well, okay, well then we're gonna fire a cannon. You know, it has to keep going up until you get people literally, it looked like, Sam, breaking their backs. We only get one of these bodies, and it's. I'm glad TikTok is taking action, but like, where was this for the Skull Breaker challenge, for the Tide Pod challenge?
Right.
So, you know, it's sad, but I understand the genesis and where it comes from.
It's all about fame and social points, sadly enough, with the younger generation right now. They don't care how they get it. They don't care who they have to step on to get it, whether it's insulting you, insulting me, insulting The Rock for a bad movie. As long as they get social credit or social points for it, watch me run up this thing and break my back. As long as I get likes, I'm willing to put my body, my life, my integrity out on the line just so I get these social points.
And that's really where we are in America. Just the dopamine hit is that high for social connection. That's really what it means.
I would say the world, and it is a currency.
Yeah,
like, when you get famous
like
on the internet, you can do things. Jeff, you said you met the Antoine Dotson guy.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah. He was famous for some years.
my moment.
Antoine's the hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yes.
Okay. So here's a really strange story that I went down a rabbit hole. A Belgian woman has been banned from a zoo after she reportedly had a 4-year affair. She called it affair, okay, with a chimp named Cheetah. She had visited with him every week at the zoo for years. They would visit each other, blow kisses to each other through the glass, wave to one another. The zoo said the special relationship had caused Cheetah to be isolated and shunned by the other chimps in the habitat. So it's a really sad story.
Yeah, what'd you find out,
This
Sam?
must hit you close to home.
It's just all of it makes me sad, because Cheetah, first of all, is being completely ostracized by the other chimps because she prefers people. It's not just this particular woman. She does love this woman, the chimp. But this chimp also just gravitates towards humans because before it went to the zoo, it was a pet with a human. So all it knows is humans. So the zoo's trying to protect the chimp because the chimp community there, according to the zookeepers, do not like that this chimp has related, Jeff's face, has related to, stop it,
What?
has related to the human.
The show's an hour long.
So, first of all, the woman is sad that she can't see her friend anymore. She can't, apparently, she can't just interact with it. And the chimp's sad that it can't interact with humans, but what's the chimp supposed to do? Because he's being shunned by all the other chimps. Makes me sad.
The chimp made a decision. It tried to level up and start hanging out with humans. It made a decision.
Oh, it chose?
Missed.
It chose to go be a pet? It chose?
They were having a connection there, Sam, through the glass, and I don't blame the chimp. You can't go back to hanging with chimps after you've been hanging with people.
It's getting beat up. I don't know why I'm laughing. The other chimps are hurting it.
Are you going to start a chimp anti-bullying campaign?
No, but I'm only smiling because, like, it makes me, I don't know how to deal with my emotion.
Right,
I'm very awkward right now.
Of course. It's also
very uncomfortable.
Of course. Understandable.
It's just a crappy situation all around. It's not fair.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right.
How do you have proof that it's getting beat up?
You want to keep it going.
Because the zoo has it documented. Thank you. They watch it.
There's an assault report.
Yeah, it's at a nightclub. Okay.
Coming up on DBL, a lawsuit over this legendary Nirvana album cover. Why the baby, who's all grown up now, is suing Kurt Cobain's estate decades later.
Stick around.
Yeah.
And an interview, you guys, with the U.S. Secretary of Education. What Miguel Cardona, Dr. Miguel Cardona, is saying about keeping kids safe in schools. Next.
Closed captioning provided by
All right. Jeff, Sam says that she has proof that the chimp got beat up in a nightclub.
According to the documentation from this specific zoo and their conservation efforts, they're very concerned about this chimp. That's why they're making these
How do you know so much about chimps?
That's why they're making these, very strict rules about certain people interacting with this particular chimp because it has been beat up. They have the documentation of the other chimps beating it up.
I'm hearing that we couldn't find out where the virus came from. It's inconclusive, as well as this chimp.
Yeah,
it's not.
The government looked into it. We spent a lot of government dollars and tax money.
The chimp was tuned up again this Friday.
It's not that hard to understand.
The chimp is so humanized that it's trying to sue the zoo.
It's not that hard to see when a chimp, or either you full-on witness the chimps hurting this chimp, or you see that the chimp is injured. So it happened overnight.
I think it's funny how stories go in a different direction. Like when I got it pitched, it was about the woman and how weird she was. But all of a sudden, it's about the chimp.
It does say that I wanted. Well, I guess I shouldn't do it. Well,
the woman fell in love with the chimp.
A quick fact about chimpanzees: their brains are identical to ours. Jane Goodall noticed they use tools. They hunt for meat. They hug. They pat on the back. They kiss. They have human emotions. They actually war with each other over tribal boundaries. I think that's really interesting because it explains a lot.
Tori's giving her chimp facts again.
I find that fascinating as a primatologist.
What's the most interesting thing that you found out about chimps?
So this is what she watched. Everyone thought that chimps ate leaves and nothing. She watched them, males, patrol their border against another group, so tribal that they got into an actual war that lasted for weeks, and in the end, they were killing each other's children and eating them. That's how crazy.
It's different than they really are vegans, chimps.
Well, no, they actually eat meat.
No, they don't.
They eat termites and other things. She found that out.
Termites are meat?
Meat it.
Okay, so
Meat it?
chimpanzees are, I guess you can say, largely vegan. Welcome back to DBL. Oh my goodness, look at him. We've got a very special guest on the show today. Please welcome the Secretary of Education, Dr. Miguel Cardona. Yes!
Hello.
Hey, Secretary Cardona, welcome to DBL. Let me tell you, we asked our viewers what questions they had for you, and we had more questions for you than any guest we've ever had on. A lot of them are stressed out about going back to school, right? A lot of them started school about a week ago. In your opinion, how is back to school going so far?
Look, well, first of all, thanks for having me on. Happy to be here with you. And across the nation, 50 million students are going back to school, another 20,000 in college. And We know that back-to-school jitters are real, but I've seen overwhelmingly the back-to-school excitement. Yes, now we have to deal with this Delta variant, and we have to be very careful to make sure that we're protecting our students and our staff. So that's that added layer of stress. But overall, I do see schools reopening. I do see them following those mitigation strategies that we know work to keep our students and our staff safe.
So leading with that theme, some of our viewers also asked about kids wearing masks in school. So the president has directed the Department of Education to intervene in states that have banned mask mandates in school. My kids are 2 and 4. They're in preschool. They have to wear masks in school. What steps are you taking personally to keep our kids safe?
Thanks for mentioning your kids, because the kids are fine. It's sometimes the adults and their policies that get in the way of safe reopening. You know, I remember last year we were reopening schools in Connecticut without the vaccine, without the frequency of tests, without the year's worth of knowledge that we have now. And our students were amazing. Our educators were amazing to do what we needed to do to get them back in. Let our educators educate. Let our school leaders lead. They know what to do to get our schools safely reopened. Follow those mitigation strategies, but also build confidence in the community and the parents, letting them know what you're doing to keep their children safe. I think that's part of what we do now as educators, to make sure we're communicating what we're doing to keep our children safe and our schools safe. And as a father myself, I know my children want to be back in school, and I know they're going to do whatever they need to do to be in school uninterrupted. So let the students come in. The masks help prevent spread, so let them use those masks to get in school safely.
All right, Secretary Cardona, I've always wanted to say that. I feel like I'm on West Wing. How are you, sir? It's Tori here. Now that the Pfizer vaccine has gotten full approval of the FDA, we have a viewer, Brad, and he wants to know what a lot of viewers want to know. What is your take on mandating vaccines for teachers specifically? And is that something you were actually going to push for?
Yeah, thanks, Brad. That's a great question. And I think we were all kind of just waiting for this final FDA approval. Look, we don't open schools in many of our states without other vaccines. This vaccine saves lives. I am in support of those places that are doing vaccination requirements for schools. You know, that's not my purview as Secretary of Education, but I do support strong leaders that are saying, listen, we need to get our students back in school safely. We need to protect lives, and we know it's safe, so we're going to move forward with it. I'm just looking forward to, now that we have that hurdle, right, the FDA hurdle, I'm looking forward to allowing students that are younger to get vaccinated so that we can move on past this pandemic, get into the business of teaching and learning, which is what we do best in our schools.
Amen.
All right, well, Secretary Cardona, I just want to say, first of all, as somebody that's sending 2 kids to school today, this morning, what you had to say was really reassuring, so I appreciate that. Now let's talk about some of the new education initiatives, like the 2 additional years of free pre-K and community college. Tell our viewers why you think these are so important.
Thanks, Alan. First of all, I hope your children have a great school year.
They're excited,
2 years
man.
of community college. You know, we could talk about free 3- and 4-year-old pre-K programs or community college. We could talk about that in isolation as great strategies, but this president understands that education is fundamental for our country's growth. And investing in 2 years of community college, where we know graduates of community college earn on average 21% more than high school graduates. This is great for their families, great for their opportunities, but also great for our country and our economic stability. So it's really forward thinking to make sure that we keep raising the bar. We don't want other countries to catch up. The president gets that, and 2 years of community college is a game changer for so many families and so many communities.
Wow. I'm just blown away. Secretary Cardona, you're warm.
He's so good.
You're sincere. You're reassuring.
His smile.
Sorry. Okay, so we've got more with Secretary Cardona, if he'll stick with us after the break, including a very important take. I know that a lot of our viewers have their own opinion about trans kids participating in school sports. You're going to hear his opinion. We'll be right back with Secretary Cardona.
Your student school supply supply list may be harder to check off this year. Let's connect the dots. Experts say companies that make school supplies are facing the same supply chain issues we're seeing for other products. They're short-staffed, and because of the pandemic, they're having a harder time importing products from overseas. That's leading to a shortage on everything from backpacks to laptops. One of the toughest things to find right now may be your child's back-to-school wardrobe. Parents didn't buy a lot of clothes for kids last year because many of them were learning from home. Well, now clothes are flying off the shelves as kids have completely outgrown a lot of their clothes. All this doesn't mean your kids will have to go to school without pens and pencils or a new pair of jeans. The reality is they may just have fewer choices when picking their school supplies this year. And families will likely need to be flexible in the months to come. Experts estimate these shortages could last until 2022. And that is connecting the dots.
Welcome back to DBL. We've got more with Secretary of Education, Dr. Miguel Cardona. Okay, so Secretary Cardona, this year there are a ton of hot button issues for schools that our audience specifically wanted to hear about. So let's talk about some of them. Up first, what is your take on schools banning trans girls from competing on girls' sports teams?
You know, again, let's get the politics out of this. Let educators do what they do best. All students deserve to be in a school environment where they can participate fully. Extracurricular activities are part of that school experience. All students deserve that right to participate in those extracurricular activities.
Short and sweet, I like it.
Yeah, I like that. So next up, a lot of our viewers wrote in about something called critical race theory. Here we go. And it's happening in our colleges as well as our high schools and below. So maybe quickly explain what it is, why is it so controversial, and basically how do you feel about being banned from schools?
You know, the Build Back Better agenda is so strong that we're finding random things now to complain about, to serve as a proxy for a distraction. We're not gonna get into it. We don't control curriculum at the federal government. I'm a big believer in equity and making sure students see diverse characters in their stories and students see themselves in their stories and see other cultures, because as a country, that's how we get stronger. But this notion that we're endorsing one particular belief over another, we don't get into that. We're not going to give it airtime. We're focused on building back better, and the agenda does that. We're not going to be distracted by different things to try to get us off that message.
Ooh, what a politician.
I know.
Slick, I like it. Let's slide right over.
Do you like that?
I did.
Yeah, that was
what does David Schwimmer say? Pivot! All right, let's lighten things up a bit. Stop it, Jeff. It turns out you went to school with one of our amazing cameramen. He's like family to us, Rob. He gave us this picture from your yearbook, sir. Cool. We like your mullet.
Oh, wow.
Good mullet. So we wanted to know, in that mullet, did you have any idea or hopes or dreams that you'd end up being the Secretary of Education?
Listen, not only was wearing the chain on the outside of your shirt cool then, I was working really hard to get that mullet to go straight.
Totally.
You know, I didn't go as far as using a straightening iron, but I was trying really hard to have that go down, to have, you know, that 80s rock hair, kind of like ravishing Rob Reel over there. And we were able to do that.
Now, you know what they say about mullets, that it's business in the front, party in the back. So do you have two sides to you, or are you all
That's
business?
a good question.
Be honest.
Listen, I'm me. I like to bring the party to the work. So it's who I am. It's the music, the I'm me. No matter, I'm unapologetically me, whether I'm in the barrio or the boardroom.
Yeah. I heard you were a singer. I know your wife is a singer. Can you give us a little sound of your songs? What?
Wow. You know, I don't want to negatively impact school reopening.
I feel you. Good for you.
Singing.
Now that's a true political answer right there. That was great.
You're always welcome to come back. We appreciate you. Rob has spoken so highly of you, and to get his endorsement, literally, for us.
He also has the president's endorsement.
I know, but it's always nice to know somebody personally says that this is the guy.
That's
so we really appreciate you,
Thank you.
Secretary Cardona. Thank you so much for joining us here in DBL and for being so contrite with our viewers. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Thanks.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The FDA has approved the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, which is now being licensed under the name Comirnaty. While the Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines have been approved for emergency use by the FDA for months, Pfizer is the first company to receive full approval. But is that the fastest the FDA has ever fully approved a vaccine? Let's verify. We went to these sources to get an answer. The Pfizer vaccine received emergency authorization on December 11, 2020, based on limited trial data. But to get full approval, Pfizer needed to provide the FDA with more data in the form of a Biologics License Application, or BLA. In May of 2021, the company submitted its BLA with an analysis of 44,000 subjects who had been followed for up to 6 months after the second dose. On August 23rd, they received full approval from the FDA. The FDA has a standard review process and a faster priority review process. According to Paul Offit, the priority review process usually takes about 6 months. But according to the FDA, the Pfizer vaccine was approved in just over 3 months. In an email to Verify, they said, "This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA." Janet Woodcock, acting commissioner of the FDA, says the expedited process did not shortchange any safety standards.
This vaccine meets the FDA's gold standards for safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality that we require for an approved product.
So we can verify it's true. This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Daytil. So we got some comments.
We are arguing in the break. I love it.
Steven says, I enjoyed Dr. Cardona on the show. Brought an interesting perspective. Vanessa Green says, love you all, but Jeff makes me laugh the hardest.
Vanessa!
Wow, on a political interview.
Yeah. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online.
Tori's leaving. If there's 3 of us, Tori had a breakdown.
Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you're sticking around, here's what's coming up. Imagine Tom Cruise landing his helicopter helicopter in your yard. We'll tell you all about the special surprise one family got from the actor.
Wow.
And the baby made famous by this Nirvana album cover is all grown up. But why is he suing the band?
Boo.
Find out next.
Yay.
Boo is right. Boo.
Yay.
Boo.
Yay.
I received my vaccine in another county. So does that county get credit for it or the county where I live?
Nancy, let's verify. How does the health department count the vaccinated in each county? Is it how many shots were given out in that county, or is it based on your address? Our sources, Melanie Arnold of the Illinois Department of Public Health and Lisa Cox of the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services. Both sources said your vaccination counts where you live, not where you got it. Lisa Cox wrote, it's always tied to the person's county of residence and not where they received the dose. Melanie Arnold added, if a Missouri resident is vaccinated in Illinois and they provide their address as Missouri, it would be counted in the Missouri numbers. We can verify when you are vaccinated, the county you live in gets the credit. And that's how the health department calculates the percentage of vaccinated in each county.
You're talking about real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
What you do? We've already begun here. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Al, Jeff, and Tori. Let's get started. All right, so the man who was featured on an iconic Nirvana album cover is now suing the band. So that's Spencer, okay? Spencer Eldon, as a baby, on the cover of Nirvana's 1991 Nevermind album. But now he claims his parents never gave their consent to use the image on the album back then. The lawsuit claims the band broke federal pornography laws and exploited Spencer because he was naked in the shot. But get this, Spencer has recreated the cover several times throughout his life to mark various anniversaries of the album, and he even has the word Nevermind, the album title, tattooed on his chest. He also appeared at a Comic-Con in Niagara Falls 2 years ago. There's also a slew of different magazines where he spoke out saying it was very cool. That was just literally a handful of years ago. How do you feel about this?
None of that matters in a legal case if he's done anything to profit from it, if he never gave consent to show a naked picture of him as a baby on one of the most popular covers of all time, and he's also chasing a dollar bill, which was photoshopped in, which they mention in the case. That's why it's pornography. It is supposed to represent sex workers going for the dollar, chasing the dollars.
That's not what it represents. That's what the defense is saying.
Right, that's what they're claiming. And if you ask me, does he have a legal case? If you didn't get a baby to sign with his penis, and I'm going to say that because it was on the cover of a lot of things, sorry, and you didn't get compensated for that, you absolutely have a case for that. And whether or not it's child pornography or using your likeness, that man deserves compensation, in my opinion.
You said he signed with it. If he did that, he gets the money.
That's what I thought you were saying.
I'll definitely pay him if he did that.
He'd be
I'm not going to go down.
4-month-old.
It would be amazing. He would deserve some more money. In this circumstance, however, it's a money grab. You mentioned it earlier. It's him chasing the money. He's profited off this in the past. He's tattooed the band's
None of that matters.
album. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Not in a court.
Okay, so as a little baby, 6 months old. I don't know how old he was.
He was 4 months
old
in Pasadena.
How is he supposed to approve of this?
His parents never signed consent.
Hold on.
Aha! Aha! Guess what?
You're not Larry David.
No,
what?
I was going more for Coming to America.
To America.
Thank you, Al.
Sorry.
So he was one of 5 babies that happened to be in the pool, which his guardians got paid $250 each, all 5. Which is a legally binding contract.
I agree with you. Did anyone have a consent to show his naked body
They
on
signed
that
off
image?
on it.
There was no signature. They got $200
Overruled.
and some tacos. I read they got tacos, but no one signed a consent.
And $250.
Well, I
He did
said
get
that.
paid.
I said
Listen, if
$250.
you're going to go, because if you look at, I'm not a legal expert, I'm not a lawyer, but I did dig into what attorneys are saying about this specific case. And what they're saying is when it comes to infants, there are no child pornography laws when it comes to infants unless they are specifically sexualized. Otherwise, you'd have to go sue every proud mom that is showing a newborn photo of her baby on Instagram.
And that's why the dollar bill is so important in their case.
That's one idea of how the defense is trying to win their client their money.
Correct.
But according to the band and countless interviews, that's not what that album cover represents. So not only do you have what the band has said decades ago, but you also look at this person's track history for being litigious. You also look at this person's track history for profiting off the album. And believe me, I was the first person, even though I'm a huge Nirvana fan, to be like, okay, I need to look at this from an open mind, because if this really was exploitation of a young baby, then I would have completely supported you.
What else is it? It's his penis, and he never got paid for it. That's
He did
exploitation.
get paid.
$200, and he never consented.
Wait, the parents consented.
Okay, but the parents never signed anything to say my genitals are going to be on the most popular iconic cover.
Then he should sue the parents,
Sam,
not the album, because the parents, sorry, Al,
No,
because
please.
the parents were best friends with the photographer. The photographer, they did exchange a contract through money and a shake of the hand. They never knew that this was going to blow up to what it is. And he also got paid in those additional photo shoots. But go ahead, Al, sorry.
I was just going to say, I know that we're arguing the legality of this, but when I look at this, I just see a sad individual and somebody that did not move on from something they did when they were a young child. My daughter, and I've told you guys during the break, it was too late for me to get the pictures, and my daughter was the baby in the movie College Road Trip. She's the baby that turns into Raven Simone. That's
So
Abraham.
cool.
But if I told Abraham, I was like, hey, that's you, she'd be like, oh. And then she moves on with her day.
No offense to your daughter, but it's not the most iconic cover that went on to send 10 million
Speak for yourself.
copies.
I watch it every day. No, I definitely agree with you, and maybe that would have changed if that had become Forrest Gump or something like that. But when you have somebody that does something that they don't even know that they did, and now they've attached their entire identity to it,
tattooing.
This is going to be something that sadly is going to be, I'm the baby, and everybody's like, got it, bro.
I'm just saying mentally, all of that is real, but legally, that's irrelevant. He could have made money up to the day of the court case. He still gets grounds for a case.
It's a money grab, and Tori's having a bad day because people said I was funnier than you, and Sam's on the other side of this.
Okay, someone wrote in and said I'm their favorite. Thank you, Sarah Estacio.
You can't write yourself.
It's me. It is me. No, it's Sarah.
All right, so you never know when Tom Cruise is going to land a helicopter, get this, in your yard. Can you imagine? While in the UK, Tom got permission to land in a family's field because the nearby airport was closed. He posed for pics with the family and even offered to take the kids for a ride in the chopper. This isn't the first time Tom has made a request for an unusual landing. James Corden remembered the time Tom wanted to land his in his yard. Watch.
Says, I'm here till August. I'm staying in St John's Wood. I'd love to see you. And he put, we can make that happen. Can I land my heli in your yard? I promise it's true. I sent back, thinking he was joking, 4 crying emojis. Does that mean no?
Wow.
We were still talking about the Nirvana thing.
I have a different take on this. I think this is a bad idea for the kids to go on a helicopter with Tom Cruise, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't think that you should peak at age 11. And that's the best thing that's ever going to happen, you being in a helicopter ride. You need to tell your kids, you're going to hate me right now, but if you go get that helicopter, that's going to be the bar for your life.
However,
you could never go back from that. That's going to be the bar for fun.
However, my husband met Michael Jordan at the height of Chicago Bulls when they were in this 3-peat, 6-win, whatever.
Repeat, 3-peat.
Repeat, 3-peat. Met him, shook his hand, got his autograph. He remembered his name, and he said, maybe over the wedding, it's the best memory of his whole life.
Right.
So this could be not just peaking, it could cement him for loving his family, for getting him that opportunity. Maybe he becomes an actor, an airplane pilot.
that makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. I'm with you on that.
This could be the best. So that's gonna be the best moment of your life. I don't want that. I don't want that for my kid. I want them to achieve more than being a passenger.
Maybe you should ask your child what they want.
They want to stay with daddy on the ground. They'd be like, we'll see you in about 30 minutes, buddy.
Bye. Okay, so Gwen Stefani's ex, Gavin Rossdale, has a new lady, and guess what? She's named Gwen. So Gavin and Gwen Stefani were married for 13 years before divorcing in 2015. Now Gavin, who is 55, is reportedly dating model Gwen Singer, who is 26. That's 6 years younger than his daughter Daisy. That's what a lot of you are writing in about. Gwen and Gwen don't just share a name, they also kind of look alike. They do kind of look alike.
Well, you're the
What do you think
resident
of this?
Gwen Stefani stalker. You are. Let's be honest. You wore a glowing sign to the concert.
And she got pulled up by Gwen.
That was by the security. But like,
I held a Christmas light sign that my husband, God bless his soul, made because he knew that it'd be such a fantastic sign that she would have no choice but to pull me up there. And Mark held the sign, not me. It literally was like, my wife loves you so much. And she stopped. She was like, oh my gosh, is that a Christmas light sign? And then all of a sudden I was on stage and we took selfies together and she smelled beautiful.
Yeah, that's not what a stalker would say. What do you think about this story? Because I think it's super embarrassing for the 55-year-old. Call it ageism or whatever. I think a 55-year-old dating a 26-year-old, you look, to steal a word from Jeff, bananagrams. You look insane, and I think that a lot of people, because I've seen this as a comic, you know, somebody be like, hey, good show. Hey, look at the date I'm on. She's in the bathroom. Wait till she comes out. And like, it's a young girl, and it looks like you want to date your niece. Oof, you look really, I just don't see how this is real. I wish them love, but
what about having
30 years?
What about having a new partner that resembles your ex and is named your ex? Like, can you imagine?
Gwen Singer. So she's a singer. It's like double. It's like double. And his daughter,
Daisy.
she's 6 years younger.
That is so weird.
It's like you have more in common with the daughter than you do with Gavin.
And that's what I don't get is just what do you talk about? I'm in such a different place at 25 than I am at 55. Like, what do they have in common over a glass of wine, if she can have a glass of, she's legal, but to discuss what? Like, what are you talking about? You're just in different parts.
I think there's a lot of sex.
Oh, okay. Is it weird that they look alike though? No one's bringing that up. You guys are focused on the age.
But is it weird that you have a type? Or do you think would you think it was stranger if the person that you're with right now, their last 4 exes kind of looked similar, or they looked wildly different?
I like wildly different because that means you're attracted to the heart.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My exes look wildly different because I was always attracted to their heart.
My exes are also different.
To their heart?
Yeah.
How could you see their heart? You had to get to know them, so you had to be attracted to something.
I can tell if someone's nice by watching how they interact with people around them.
And that's all that matters?
And that's not all that matters, but that's a large part. Tori.
Kindness is important.
Would you guys stop? Oh, kindness is important. We're talking about from across the room at a party. What are you looking at?
Everything. Are you kidding me? If they're like a buffoon on a table being like, drink, 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 I'm not going to go after that person.
We're not talking about
you
that.
You guys met at Saddle Ranch. It's basically the same thing.
It is. Casablanca going over poetry. Yeah, you guys are at a tourist trap
It was his
bar.
heart. I felt like he was riding the bull.
I rode that bull
after 20
for
beers.
my bachelorette
His
party.
heart was shining.
I rode that bull.
His heart was shining.
Coming up on DBL, an all-new True Crime Chronicles as we look into the double murder of a young couple in an Ohio town. Why aren't police considering any new evidence in the case?
Closed captioning provided by
So we got a comment that says, my ex-husband married a girl born in the same decade as our daughter. How do you deal with the ex if you're trying to be good? Do you like show judgment? Like if your ex really did do that, like a really young person, do you still maintain a friendship just because for the kid's sake? Or are you just like, I'm down, there's the boundary now.
As
You've crossed
somebody
a
that
line.
has an ex-wife,
which is
you have to support the person that they're with. Like as long as they seem like safe and healthy, like the idea of you wanting to start a war with your ex and their new partner is insane because your kids are now probably at an age where they're internalizing everything and they're like, oh, okay, if you break up with somebody, then you must wish nothing but the worst for them.
Right.
It should be like basically that you guys just kind of downshift into a friendship, which is what me and my ex are texting the pictures of our kids and like laughing and making jokes. And it's not like that at the beginning, obviously, but time heals all wounds. And I think
Good
that
for you, Al.
it's easier, it's
counterproductive,
better,
right?
and
Yeah, it's
just
inefficient
weird.
waste of your time.
Why would you still be arguing with something? It's like you guys were arguing and you got divorced. What are you still arguing
And there's
about?
nothing worse than like picking sides or like coming over to my house. I'm like,
yeah,
if we're married, Al's,
Yeah.
don't listen to him.
How's
You know what I
everything
mean?
at your mom's house?
Yeah, so they'll come
happens
to their
a
own
lot.
conclusions if you're just a good parent as they get older,
Exactly.
You find a way to make it work.
Yeah, the whole point
What
is
goes
to
up
push
must
these
come
kids into adulthood, and you want to do it as easily and as seamlessly as possible. So
And what a great example you and your ex-wife are to your children, because that shows them how to model it one day if it happens to them.
yeah, I mean, I really like my ex's new dude.
That's so cool.
I really like
That's like Jason Momoa and the Kravitzes.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like buddies.
Yeah.
I love that mature relationship.
And Al just dropping that his daughter's in a movie.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I know.
What is
Yeah.
that as a baby? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
and she
Really
could
cool.
care less. She's never mentioned it.
So cool.
Never
Is she gonna get a tattoo of it on her?
Welcome back to DBL. Left for dead in their own home, a young couple's grisly homicide still haunt Holland, Ohio to this day. We're taking you back to that horrific night and the murder that shook a suburb in today's True Crime Chronicles.
My son is in the basement tied up at his house. I just saw him through the window. The police were out here earlier and did absolutely nothing.
Okay, all right, we'll get them out there.
Get them cops out here. I told them earlier and they
Okay,
wouldn't
ma'am,
listen to
you
me.
need to calm down. We'll get them out there. But yelling at me is
They're unconscious. They're unconscious, ma'am.
On January 30th, 2011, 21-year-old Johnny Clark and 20-year-old Lisa Straub are found in their parents' home on the kitchen floor, their arms bound behind their backs, plastic bags duct taped over their heads.
Have you heard of another case in this area where someone was killed in the same manner?
To my knowledge, no, I haven't. That specific MO, we haven't had anything like that ourselves.
Investigators search the house, but no evidence stands out except for one cigarette butt, a tiny piece of evidence that breaks the case wide open.
You tell me why your DNA was in my crime scene.
Police arrest and charge Samuel Todd Williams for the two murders. However, the cigarette butt may not be the smoking gun investigators hoped for.
I know that I was at the Bottom Line bar watching the Pro Bowl with a few other people.
We were at the Bottom Line watching the football games with his cousin Larry House, and it was his cousin's 21st birthday. He was with me that night. Cameo, I don't know where Cameo was.
That's enough. What if I tell you that you're not on the video with the Bottom Line on that night?
What do you mean?
The Bottom Line has video.
Right.
So you or Sam are not on that video.
The detectives do not have video from the bar. And phone records show that Williams made a call to Madrid at 10:27 p.m. that night. The call pinged off of a tower near the Bottom Line bar, a 30-minute drive from the crime scene. Johnny and Lisa were last heard from at 10:41 p.m.
And you hear, was it, bro, what are you doing? Or was it,
No.
bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, just like
Bro! Did he sound like he knew them people?
Mm-hmm. That's why I said I think that whoever did it, he knew.
Except for the cigarette butt with his DNA and several sets of unknown DNA, no evidence at the crime scene directly points to Williams or anyone else.
Don't know what you guys are talking about.
How did your DNA get in there then,
I
Sam?
have no idea. I have no explanation. I know I did not place that there.
But a jury disagrees. On July 27, 2012, the court finds Samuel Todd Williams guilty of killing Johnny Clark and Lisa Straub. The judge gives him 2 life sentences with no chance of parole.
And even though there are still questions about his guilt, police are not looking into any new evidence. We couldn't believe this, so we talked to Brian Duggar, who covered this story, and take a look at what Brian had to say. Brian, thank you so much for being here. I just want to straight up ask you, why did you investigate a 10-year-old murder? What started you on this path?
Yeah, you know, I've been in the Toledo area since 1998. And whenever you're in a particular community for that long a time, there's always, you know, that certain crime that just kind of sticks out in your mind. And that was the case with this murder for me.
All right, I'm going to ask a question that anybody that's followed the story wants to ask, and that's what is stopping the sheriff's office from investigating the new evidence?
We know that there were 5, 6, maybe even 4 unknown sets of DNA in that house. And it didn't make sense to me why they didn't want to investigate, but one of the goals of this story was to get them to look at the case again, and particularly at that DNA, and I think we've been able to do that.
Now, I'm going to ask a pretty direct question here, and this is just your opinion. Do you think Sam Williams is innocent?
I think there's a lot of question about Sam Williams' guilt. I mean, he's maintained that he's been innocent for 10 years now. And I think with my investigation, I was able to paint a pretty good timeline for him, that he was, 20, 30 minutes away at the time that the murder happened. I was able to tell that through phone records, through witness statements. So I think there's certainly question, but the big hurdle for him to overcome is, how does his cigarette with his DNA on it end up in a house that he said he was never in?
Right, it's that one cigarette butt. It's so interesting. So we've covered the broad strokes of the case here on the show, but trust me, there is so much more to it. So if you'd like to get those details, go to WTOL11.com. You can also check out Brian's full uncut interview with Sam Williams on WTOL's YouTube channel. We've also covered Johnny and Lisa's murder on our True Crime Chronicles podcast, which you can find online as well. Thank you, Brian, for just sticking with this case. I think it's people like you that'll bring justice. So thank you so much for doing that. We'll be right back.
School supply list may be harder to check off this year. Let's connect the dots. Experts say companies that make school supplies are facing the same supply chain issues we're seeing for other products. They're short-staffed, and because of the pandemic, they're having a harder time importing products from overseas. That's leading to a shortage on everything from backpacks to laptops. One of the toughest things to find right now may be your child's back-to-school wardrobe. Parents didn't buy a lot of clothes for kids last year because many of them were learning from home. Well, now clothes are flying off the shelves as kids have completely outgrown a lot of their clothes. All this doesn't mean your kids will have to go to school without pens and pencils or a new pair of jeans. The reality is they may just have fewer choices when picking their school supplies this year. And families will likely need to be flexible in the months to come. Experts estimate these shortages could last until 2022. And that is connecting the dots.
Welcome back to DBL. We've all dreamed about our retirement, you know, laying on a tropical beach somewhere, but how are you going to plan for that? We are going to chat about it in today's Bang for Your Buck, presented by The Hartford. So there are 4 easy ways to achieve success in your golden years. First, maintain good physical and mental health. Next, try to have a strong support system of friends and family. And this one, very important, don't let your old job define you. Find your new purpose. Lastly, be debt-free so you can enjoy your retirement. We made it easy for you. For quality and affordable insurance, the Buck's got your back. The Hartford will be happy to provide you solutions. So call the Hartford at 1-800-683-7108 or visit thehartford.com to learn more. We're getting there. We're in our 40s.
Wow.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm 39.
Are you still 39?
I'm 39, and in January, it's happening.
Ooh,
All
I can't
right.
wait. We'll be right back. Big party.
No.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The FDA has approved the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, which is now being licensed under the name Comirnaty. While the Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines have been approved for emergency use by the FDA for months, Pfizer is the first company to receive full approval. But is that the fastest the FDA has ever fully approved a vaccine? Let's verify. We went to these sources to get an answer. The Pfizer vaccine received emergency authorization on December 11, 2020, based on limited trial data. But to get full approval, Pfizer needed to provide the FDA with more data in the form of a Biologics License Application, or BLA. In May of 2021, the company submitted its BLA with an analysis of 44,000 subjects who had been followed for up to 6 months after the second dose. On August 23rd, they received full approval from the FDA. The FDA has a standard review process and a faster priority review process. According to Paul Offit, the priority review process usually takes about 6 months. But according to the FDA, the Pfizer vaccine was approved in just over 3 months. In an email to Verify, they said, "This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA." Janet Woodcock, acting commissioner of the FDA, says the expedited process did not shortchange any safety standards.
This vaccine meets the FDA's gold standards for safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality that we require for an approved product.
So we can verify it's true. This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Daytil.
Tomorrow on DBL, Soleil Moonfry, aka Punky Brewster, will be here. She reveals what it was like growing up in the spotlight and staying successful after child stardom. That's tomorrow on DBL.
I can't wait. I love her. Okay, so Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the gift that keeps on giving.
I've been described like that.
No, you have not.
Okay. Watch as he casually surprised fans on a tour bus. Take a look.
Hey, you guys know where I can find The Rock? How you guys doing? Hey. Oh, well, that was fun. It's a good way to start off my Saturday.
That's amazing.
I would think it, like, I would immediately think it's an impersonator. I don't know why, but I'm like, is it really just a rock pulling up?
It's tough to impersonate that guy.
Yeah,
you gotta be a
not a lot of
big
body
human.
doubles.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about as I looked at that clip? I was just like, he has the perfect personality to be him, because if he looked like that but was kind of reclusive or something, and people are like, I want your autograph, he'd be like, no, thank you. But he loves being The Rock, and it's good because he makes people's day.
Very
so
welcoming.
Shout out
Tori
to
did
him.
that one time.
Yeah.
What
Hey
happened?
guys, it's Tori from DBL.
No one knew. No one cared. No one cared.
I care.
DBL's
I
new
love
every day. Bye, guys.
When did that happen?
I received my vaccine in another county. So does that county get credit for it, or the county where I live?
Nancy, let's verify. How does the health department count the vaccinated in each county? Is it how many shots were given out in that county, or is it based on your address? Our sources, Melanie Arnold of the Illinois Department of Public Health and Lisa Cox of the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services. Both sources said your vaccination counts where you live, not where you got it. Lisa Cox wrote, it's always tied to the person's county of residence and not where they received the dose. Melanie Arnold added, if a Missouri resident is vaccinated in Illinois and they provide their address as Missouri, it would be counted in the Missouri numbers. We can verify when you are vaccinated, the county you live in gets the credit. And that's how the health department calculates the percentage of vaccinated in each county.
Today on Daily Blast Live.
A new dangerous trend is taking over TikTok. Why even the FDA is warning against doing the milk crate challenge. The Nirvana album cover baby is all grown up and suing the band. Does he have a case decades later? In today's True Crime Chronicles, the murder of a young couple leaves a community on edge.
My son is in the basement tied up at his house. I just saw him through the window.
And the U.S. Secretary of Education will be here. From mask wearing to mandatory vaccines for teachers, what's being done to keep kids safe in schools?
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It is Wednesday, August 25th. I'm Sam here with Al, Jeff, and Tori. Let's get started. All right, so we do have good news when it comes to COVID. That's a first, right? So if you were one of those that got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, like myself, the company is recommending a booster shot, saying it generates a big spike in antibodies. Those who got the booster saw a 9-fold increase. So meantime, the president got a classified report on the origin of coronavirus yesterday. Now, while we do not know exactly what is in it because it is classified, there are reports that it was inconclusive. The intelligence community couldn't reach consensus on whether it escaped from a lab in central China or if it jumped from an animal to a human. What do you make of this, Jeff?
I'm glad we're talking about it finally, right? Because I think it's a lot of questions people have about this subject. I have a lot to say as well, so I'm getting jumbled already. But let's start at the nexus of this, which should be where did the virus come from? Unfortunately, it's not. It's Donald Trump. And it splits America once again. If you believe that it came from a lab in China, you are a Trumper. You're on Trump's side, and we don't want to hear whatever you have to say. How did this split from having someone and where it came from so we could know more about it, finding the facts about it, to becoming political? There's more signs in my eyes that point that it came from a lab rather than an animal. There's reports, allegedly, I want to be careful on my facts here, that remember way back in January, February when it first came out, coronavirus, and we started locking things down, that in November, one of the people who work at that lab, his wife had coronavirus in November, way before the virus spread throughout the world. So I don't think as Americans we need to be selfish enough to make it a Donald Trump thing, a liberal thing, whatever it may be. The whole world wants to know where this came from. Why aren't we looking into this more? I don't buy, once again, I'm let down by our U.S. government that they can't track down where this came from, and it's inconclusive, and these are going to be folded up again just like the JFK reports.
Okay, first of all, I 100% agree with everything you said, including the Trump thing. Including the Trump thing.
This is for the highlight reel.
Okay, because I am not a Trumper, and yet I have a lot of questions about China. I'd also like to say it's not the U.S.'s fault that it's inconclusive. China is not cooperating. I would like to know why and where and how this is all happening. And if China is not cooperating, there needs to be pressure put in terms of sanctions or other things. Second of all, let's not forget a Chinese female doctor was the one who came up and said, I think this might have been from a lab. And everyone went crazy. When Trump said it, it became politicized. We just want to know the evidence. 2 + 2 is 4. I'd like to know that equation. Facts. That used to be and mean something. That's it.
I think we're in agreement that we do want answers. And I think we're in agreement that if it came from China, we don't care. We just want to know. But to your point,
we
Jeff,
do care. There are some repercussions that should be had.
There should be. Absolutely. Yes. But I think where Trump kind of stepped in it when he started, or maybe he did this intentionally, is he approached it from a divisive starting point. He started calling it the China virus.
Yeah.
We started seeing Asian Americans assaulted on our American streets because of it, rather than him saying, China is a country. We believe it started here.
Fair.
Here's why. And so when it starts from a bad place, it makes it impossible to then almost retroactively just go back and approach it from a scientific point of view, because it started with a divisive nature.
Very true.
Well said. Okay, so we do have a quick correction to a story we talked about yesterday. According to the Associated Press, these doctors did not walk out of their South Florida hospital in protest. Instead, they say they held an early morning press conference before office hours. The intention was to encourage people to get vaccinated. I think that's important for you guys to know that detail. All right, so I've seen this all over my feed. I'm curious if you guys have too.
Absolutely.
That's where you see these crazy videos of people doing the milk crate challenge. Well, now the FDA is discouraging people from doing it. And before we show you a warning, do not try this at home. The challenge reportedly started on TikTok. Look at this. Wow. Where someone tries to walk over a bunch of milk crates that are stacked together, but people have gotten seriously injured. Look at that. After, of course, that the crates give way as they stack them higher and higher and higher. Now, TikTok has released a statement saying they prohibit content that promotes or glorifies dangerous acts, and said they would remove the videos along with the hashtag. Okay, I mean, this isn't anything new, whether it's the cinnamon challenge or this, like, why are people so apt to, like, put their lives in danger for likeness?
I think Al has the best answer.
I agree.
Well, it's a lot of pressure. But
let's go.
Honestly, you know, I do a podcast called Dying for Likes, and it's people that are looking for attention, because I think in our adult lives, especially, these are grown-ups. These aren't 12-year-olds. There's a point where you stop getting the acknowledgement and the accolades that you matter in the world. You look at, you know, oh, here's my buddy Jeff. Him and his wife, they did a gender reveal. They got 300 likes. We only got 21 on ours. Well, okay, well then we're gonna fire a cannon. You know, it has to keep going up until you get people literally, it looked like, Sam, breaking their backs. We only get one of these bodies, and it's. I'm glad TikTok is taking action, but like, where was this for the Skull Breaker challenge, for the Tide Pod challenge? So,
right.
you know, it's sad, but I understand the genesis and where it comes from.
It's all about fame and social points, sadly enough, with the younger generation right now. They don't care how they get it. They don't care who they have to step on to get it, whether it's insulting you, insulting me, insulting The Rock for a bad movie. As long as they get social credit or social points for it, watch me run up this thing and break my back. As long as I get likes, I'm willing to put my body, my life, my integrity out on the line just so I get these social points.
And that's really where we are in America. Just the dopamine hit is that high for social connection. That's really what it means.
I would say the world, and it is a currency.
Yeah,
like when you get famous
like
on the internet, you can do things. Jeff, you said you met the Antoine Dotson guy.
Yeah,
I did too.
Yeah,
yeah.
He was famous for years.
My moment.
Antoine's the hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So here's a really strange story that I went down a rabbit hole. A Belgian woman has been banned from a zoo after she reportedly had a 4-year affair. She called it affair, okay, with a chimp named Cheetah. She had visited with him every week at the zoo for years. They would visit each other, blow kisses to each other through the glass, wave to one another. The zoo said the special relationship had caused Cheetah to be isolated and shunned by the other chimps in the habitat. So it's a really sad story.
Yeah, what'd you find out,
This
Sam?
must hit you close to home.
It's just all of it makes me sad because Cheetah, first of all, is being completely ostracized by the other chimps because she prefers people. It's not just this particular woman. She does love this woman, the chimp. But this chimp also just gravitates towards humans because before it went to the zoo, it was a pet with a human. So all it knows is humans. So the zoo's trying to protect the chimp because the chimp community there, according to the zookeepers, do not like that this chimp has look at Jeff's face, has related to, stop it,
What?
has related to the human.
The show's an hour long.
So, first of all, the woman is sad that she can't see her friend anymore. She can't, apparently, she can't just interact with it. And the chimp's sad that it can't interact with humans, but what's the chimp supposed to do because he's being shunned by all the other chimps? Makes me sad.
The chimp made a decision. It tried to level up and start hanging out with humans. It made a decision.
Oh, it chose?
Missed.
It chose to go be a pet? It chose?
They were having a connection there, Sam, through the glass, and I don't blame the chimp. You can't go back to hanging with chimps after you've been hanging with people.
It's getting beat up. I don't know why I'm laughing. The other chimps are hurting it.
Are you going to start a chimp anti-bullying campaign?
No, but I'm only smiling because like it makes me, I don't know how to deal with my emotion.
Right, sure.
I'm very awkward right now.
Of course. It's also
very uncomfortable.
Of course. Understandable.
It's just a crappy situation all around. It's not fair.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right.
How do you have proof that it's getting beat up?
You want to keep it going.
Because the zoo has it documented. Thank you. They watch it.
There's an assault report.
Yeah, it's at a nightclub. Okay.
Coming up on DBL, a lawsuit over this legendary Nirvana album cover. Why the baby, who's all grown up now, is suing Kurt Cobain's estate decades later.
Stick around.
Yeah.
And an interview, you guys, with the U.S. Secretary of Education. What Miguel Cardona, Dr. Miguel Cardona, is saying about keeping kids safe in schools. Next.
Closed captioning provided by
All right. Jeff, Sam says that she has proof that the chimp got beat up in a nightclub.
According to the documentation from this specific zoo and their conservation efforts, they're very concerned about this chimp. That's why they're making these
How do you know so much about chimps?
That's why they're making these, very strict rules about certain people interacting with this particular chimp because it has been beat up. They have the documentation of the other chimps beating it up.
I'm hearing that we couldn't find out where the virus came from. It's inconclusive as well as this chimp.
Yeah.
It's not
The government looked into it. We spent a lot of government dollars and tax money.
The chimp was tuned up again this Friday.
It's not that
They
hard
took
to
its shoes.
The chimp is so humanized that it's trying to sue the zoo.
It's not that hard to see when a chimp, or either you full-on witness the chimps hurting this chimp, or you see that the chimp is injured. So it happened overnight.
I think it's funny how stories go in a different direction. Like when I got it pitched, it was about the woman and how weird she was. But all of a sudden, it's about the chimp.
It does say that I wanted. Well, I guess I shouldn't do it. Well,
The
I'm
woman
just saying.
fell in love with the chimp.
A
That was
quick
the
fact
weirdness
about
of the story.
chimpanzees. Their brains are identical to ours. Jane Goodall noticed they use tools, they hunt for meat, they hug, they pat on the back, they kiss, they have human emotions. They actually war with each other over tribal boundaries. I think that's really interesting because it explains a lot.
Tori's giving her chimp facts again.
I find that fascinating as a primatologist.
What's the most interesting thing that you found out about chimps?
So this is what she watched. Everyone thought that chimps ate leaves and nothing. She watched them, males, patrol their border against another group, so tribal that they got into an actual war that lasted for weeks, and in the end, they were killing each other's children and eating them. That's how crazy.
It's different than they really are vegans, chimps.
Well, no, they actually eat meat.
No, they don't.
They eat termites and other things. She found that out.
Specific.
Meat it.
Okay, so
Meat
chimpanzees are, I guess you can say, largely vegan. If they
Welcome back to DBL. Oh my goodness, look at him. We've got a very special guest on the show today. Please welcome the Secretary of Education, Dr. Miguel Cardona.
Yes!
Hello. Hey, Secretary Cardona, welcome to DBL. Let me tell you, we asked our viewers what questions they had for you, and we had more questions for you than any guest we've ever had on. A lot of them are stressed out about going back to school, right? A lot of them started school about a week ago. In your opinion, how is back to school going so far?
Look, well, first of all, thanks for having me on. Happy to be here with you. And across the nation, 50 million students are going back to school, another 20,000 in college. And we know that back to school jitters are real, but I've seen overwhelmingly the back to school excitement. Yes, now we have to deal with this Delta variant, and we have to be very careful to make sure that we're protecting our students and our staff. So that's that added layer of stress. But overall, I do see schools reopening. I do see them following those mitigation strategies that we know work to keep our students and our staff safe.
So leading with that theme, some of our viewers also asked about kids wearing masks in school. So the president has directed the Department of Education to intervene in states that have banned mask mandates in school. My kids are 2 and 4. They're in preschool. They have to wear masks in school. What steps are you taking personally to keep our kids safe?
Thanks for mentioning your kids, because the kids are fine. It's sometimes the adults and their policies that get in the way of safe reopening. You know, I remember last year we were reopening schools in Connecticut without the vaccine, without the frequency of tests, without the years worth of knowledge that we have now. And our students were amazing. Our educators were amazing to do what we needed to do to get them back in. Let our educators educate. Let our school leaders lead. They know what to do to get our schools safely reopened. Follow those mitigation strategies, but also build confidence in the community and the parents, letting them know what you're doing to keep their children safe. I think that's part of what we do now as educators, to make sure we're communicating what we're doing to keep our children safe and our schools safe. And as a father myself, I know my children want to be back in school, and I know they're going to do whatever they need to do to be in school uninterrupted. So let the students come in. The masks help prevent spread, so let them use those masks to get in school safely.
All right, Secretary Cardona, I've always wanted to say that. I feel like I'm on West Wing. How are you, sir? It's Tori here. Now that the Pfizer vaccine has gotten full approval of the FDA, we have a viewer, Brad, and he wants to know what a lot of viewers want to know. What is your take on mandating vaccines for teachers specifically? And is that something you were actually going to push for?
Yeah, thanks, Brad. That's a great question. And I think we were all kind of just waiting for this final FDA approval. Look, we don't open schools in many of our states without other vaccines. This vaccine saves lives. I am in support of those places that are doing vaccination requirements for schools. You know, that's not my purview as Secretary of Education, but I do support strong leaders that are saying, listen, we need to get our students back in school safely. We need to protect lives, and we know it's safe, so we're going to move forward with it. I'm just looking forward to, now that we have that hurdle, right, the FDA hurdle, I'm looking forward to allowing students that are younger to get vaccinated so that we can move on past this pandemic, get into the business of teaching and learning, which is what we do best in our schools.
Amen.
All right. Well, Secretary Cardona, I just want to say, first of all, as somebody that's sending 2 kids to school today, this morning, what you had to say was really reassuring. So I appreciate that. Now let's talk about some of the new education initiatives, like the 2 additional years of free pre-K and community college. Tell our viewers why you think these are so important.
Thanks, Alan. First of all, I hope your children have a great school year.
They're excited,
2 years
man.
of community college. You know, we could talk about free 3- and 4-year-old pre-K programs or community college. We could talk about that in isolation as great strategies, but this president understands that education is fundamental for our country's growth. And investing in 2 years of community college, where we know graduates of community college earn on average 21% more than high school graduates. This is great for their families, great for their opportunities, but also great for our country and our economic stability. So it's really forward thinking to make sure that we keep raising the bar. We don't want other countries to catch up. The president gets that, and 2 years of community college is a game changer for so many families and so many communities.
Wow. I'm just blown away. Secretary Cardona, you're warm.
He's so good.
You're sincere. You're reassuring.
His smile.
Sorry. Okay, so we've got more with Secretary Cardona, if he'll stick with us after the break, including a very important take. I know that a lot of our viewers have their own opinion about trans kids participating in school sports. You're going to hear his opinion. We'll be right back with Secretary Cardona.
Your student school supply list may be harder to check off this year. Let's connect the dots. Experts say companies that make school supplies are facing the same supply chain issues we're seeing for other products. They're short-staffed, and because of the pandemic, they're having a harder time importing products from overseas. That's leading to a shortage on everything from backpacks to laptops. One of the toughest things to find right now may be your child's back-to-school wardrobe. Parents didn't buy a lot of clothes for kids last year because many of them were learning from home. Well, now clothes are flying off the shelves as kids have completely outgrown a lot of their clothes. All this doesn't mean your kids will have to go to school without pens and pencils or a new pair of jeans. The reality is they may just have fewer choices when picking their school supplies this year. And families will likely need to be flexible in the months to come. Experts estimate these shortages could last until 2022. And that is connecting the dots.
Welcome back to DBL. We've got more with Secretary of Education, Dr. Miguel Cardona. Okay, so Secretary Cardona, this year there are a ton of hot button issues for schools that our audience specifically wanted to hear about. So let's talk about some of them. Up first, what is your take on schools banning trans girls from competing on girls' sports teams?
You know, again, let's get the politics out of this. Let educators do what they do best. All students deserve to be in a school environment where they can participate fully. Extracurricular activities are part of that school experience. All students deserve that right to participate in those extracurricular activities.
Short and sweet, I like it.
Yeah, I like that. So next up, a lot of our viewers wrote in about something called critical race theory. Here we go. And it's happening in our colleges as well as our high schools and below. So maybe quickly explain what it is, why is it so controversial, and basically how do you feel about being banned from schools?
You know, the Build Back Better agenda is so strong that we're finding random things now to complain about, to serve as a proxy for a distraction. we're not going to get into it. We don't control curriculum at the federal government. I'm a big believer in equity and making sure students see diverse characters in their stories, and students see themselves in their stories and see other cultures, because as a country, that's how we get stronger. But this notion that we're endorsing one particular belief over another, we don't get into that. We're not going to give it airtime. We're focused on building back better, and the agenda does that. We're not going to be distracted by different things to try to get us off that message.
Ooh, what a politician.
I know.
Slick, I like it. Let's slide right over.
Do you like that?
I did.
Yeah, that was
what
pretty
does
good.
David Schwimmer say? Pivot! All right, let's lighten things up a bit. Stop it, Jeff. It turns out you went to school with one of our amazing cameramen. He's like family to us, Rob. He gave us this picture from your yearbook, sir. Cool mullet. We like your mullet.
Oh, wow.
Good mullet. So we wanted to know, in that mullet, did you have any idea or hopes or dreams that you'd end up being the Secretary of Education?
Listen, not only was wearing the chain on the outside of your shirt cool then, I was working really hard to get that mullet to go straight.
Totally.
You know, I didn't go as far as using a straightening iron, but I was trying really hard to have that go down, to have, you know, that 80s rock hair, kind of like ravishing Rob Reel over there. And we were able to do that.
You know what they say about mullets, that it's business in the front, party in the back. So do you have two sides to you, or are you all
That's
business?
a good question.
Be honest.
Listen, I'm me. I like to bring the party to the work. It's who I am. It's the music, I'm me, no matter, I'm unapologetically me, whether I'm in the barrio or the boardroom.
Yes. I heard you were a singer. I know your wife is a singer. Can you give us a little sound of your songs?
What?
Wow. You know, I don't want to negatively impact school reopening.
I feel you. Good for you.
Singing.
Now that's a true political answer
For
right
sure.
there. That was
Next
good.
time. You're always welcome to come back. We appreciate you. Rob has spoken so highly of you, and to get his endorsement, literally, for us.
He also has the president's endorsement.
I know, but it's always nice to know somebody personally says that this is the guy.
That's
so we really appreciate you,
Thank you.
Secretary Cardona. Thank you so much for joining us here in DBL and for being so contrite with our viewers. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Thanks.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The FDA has approved the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, which is now being licensed under the name Comirnaty. While the Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines have been approved for emergency use by the FDA for months, Pfizer is the first company to receive full approval. But is that the fastest the FDA has ever fully approved a vaccine? Let's verify. We went to these sources to get an answer. The Pfizer vaccine received emergency authorization on December 11, 2020, based on limited trial data. But to get full approval, Pfizer needed to provide the FDA with more data in the form of a Biologics License Application, or BLA. In May of 2021, the company submitted its BLA with an analysis of 44,000 subjects who had been followed for up to 6 months after the second dose. On August 23rd, they received full approval from the FDA. The FDA has a standard review process and a faster priority review process. According to Paul Offit, the priority review process usually takes about 6 months. But according to the FDA, the Pfizer vaccine was approved in just over 3 months. In an email to Verify, they said, "This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA." Janet Woodcock, acting commissioner of the FDA, says the expedited process did not shortchange any safety standards.
This vaccine meets the FDA's gold standards for safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality that we require for an approved product.
So we can verify it's true. This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Daytil.
So we got some comments.
We are arguing in the break. I love it.
Steven says, I enjoyed Dr. Cardona on the show. Brought an interesting perspective. Vanessa Green says, love you all, but Jeff makes me laugh the hardest.
Vanessa!
Wow. On a political interview.
Yeah. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online.
Tori's leaving. If there's three of us, Tori had a breakdown.
Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you're sticking around, here's what's coming up. Imagine Tom Cruise landing his helicopter in your yard. We'll tell you all about the special surprise one family got from the actor. Wow. And the baby made famous by this Nirvana album cover is all grown up. But why is he suing the band? Boo. Find out next.
Yay.
Boo is right. Boo.
Yay.
Boo.
Yay.
I received my vaccine in another county. So does that county get credit for it, or the county where I live?
Nancy, let's verify. How does the health department count the vaccinated in each county? Is it how many shots were given out in that county, or is it based on your address? Our sources, Melanie Arnold of the Illinois Department of Public Health and Lisa Cox of the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services. Both sources said your vaccination counts where you live, not where you got it. Lisa Cox wrote, it's always tied to the person's county of residence and not where they received the dose. Melanie Arnold added, if a Missouri resident is vaccinated in Illinois and they provide their address as Missouri, it would be counted in the Missouri numbers. We can verify when you are vaccinated, the county you live in gets the credit. And that's how the health department calculates the percentage of vaccinated in each county.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
What'd she do? We've already begun here. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Al, Jeff, and Tori. Let's get started. All right, so the man who was featured on an iconic Nirvana album cover is now suing the band. So that's Spencer, okay? Spencer Eldon, as a baby, on the cover of Nirvana's 1991 Nevermind album. But now he claims his parents never gave their consent to use the image on the album back then. The lawsuit claims the band broke federal pornography laws and exploited Spencer Spencer because he was naked in the shot. But get this, Spencer has recreated the cover several times throughout his life to mark various anniversaries of the album, and he even has the word, never mind, the album title, tattooed on his chest. He also appeared at a Comic-Con in Niagara Falls 2 years ago. There's also a slew of different magazines where he spoke out saying it was very cool. That was just literally a handful of years ago. How do you feel about this?
None of that matters in a legal case if he's done anything to profit from it, if he never gave consent to show a naked picture of him as a baby on one of the most popular covers of all time, and he's also chasing a dollar bill, which was photoshopped in, which they mention in the case. That's why it's pornography. It is supposed to represent sex workers going for the dollar, chasing the dollars.
That's not what it represents. That's what the defense is saying.
Right, that's what they're claiming. And if you ask me, does he have a legal case? If you didn't get a baby to sign with his penis, and I'm going to say that because it was on the cover of a lot of things, sorry, and you didn't get compensated for that, you absolutely have a case for that. And whether or not it's child pornography or using your likeness, that man deserves compensation, in my opinion.
You said he signed with it. If he did that, he gets the money.
That's what I thought you were saying.
I'll definitely pay him if he did that.
He'd be a
I'm not going to go down.
4-month-old.
It would be amazing. He would deserve some more money. In this circumstance, however, it's a money grab. You mentioned it earlier. It's him chasing the money. He's profited off this in the past. He's tattooed the band's
None of that matters.
album. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Not in a court.
Okay, so as a little baby, 6 months old. I don't know how old he was.
He was 4 months
old
in Pasadena.
How is he supposed to approve of this?
His parents never signed consent.
Hold on.
Aha! Aha! Guess what?
You're not Larry David.
No,
what?
I was going more for Coming to America. Thank you, Al.
Sorry.
So he was one of 5 babies that happened to be in the pool, which his guardians got paid $250 each, all 5. Which is a legally binding contract.
I agree with you. Did anyone have a consent to show his naked body
They
on
signed
that image?
off on it.
There was no signature. They got $200
Overruled.
and some tacos. I read they got tacos, but no one signed a consent.
And $250.
Well,
He
I
did
said
get
that.
paid.
I said
Listen,
$250.
if you're going to go, because if you look at, I'm not a legal expert, I'm not a lawyer, but I did dig into what attorneys are saying about this specific case. And what they're saying is when it comes to infants, there are no child pornography laws when it comes to infants unless they are specifically sexualized. Otherwise, you'd have to go sue every proud mom that is showing a newborn photo of her baby on Instagram.
And that's why the dollar bill is so important in their case.
That's one idea of how the defense is trying to win their client their money.
Correct.
But according to the band and countless interviews, that's not what that album cover represents. So not only do you have what the band has said decades ago, but you also look at this person's track history for being litigious. You also look at this person's track history for profiting off the album. And believe me, I was the first person, even though I'm a huge Nirvana fan, to be like, okay, I need to look at this from an open mind, because if this really was exploitation of a young baby, then I would have completely supported you.
What else is it? It's his penis, and he never got paid for it. That's
He did
what
get paid for it.
$200, and he never consented.
Wait, the parents consented.
Okay, but the parents never signed
was their
anything to
best-
say my genitals are going to be on the most popular
sue the
iconic
parents.
cover.
Then he should sue the parents,
Sam,
not the album, because the parents, sorry, Al, because the parents were best friends with the photographer. The photographer, they did exchange a contract through money and a shake of the hand. They never knew that this was going to blow up to what it is. And he also got paid in those additional photo shoots. But go ahead, Al, sorry.
I was just going to say, I know that we're arguing the legality of this, but when I look at this, I just see a sad individual and somebody that did not move on from something they did when they were a young child. My daughter, and I've told you guys during the break, it was too late for me to get the pictures, and my daughter was the baby in the movie College Road Trip. She's the baby that turns into Raven Simone. That's
So
Abraham.
cool.
But if I told Abraham, I was like, hey, that's you, she'd be like, oh. And then she moves on with her day.
No offense to your daughter, but it's not the most iconic cover that went on to send 10 million
Speak for yourself.
copies.
I watch it every day. No, I definitely agree with you, and maybe that would have changed if that had become Forrest Gump or something like that. But when you have somebody that does something that they don't even know that they did, and now they've attached their entire identity to it,
tattooing.
This is going to be something that sadly is going to be, I'm the baby, and everybody's like, got it, bro.
I'm just saying, mentally, all of that is real, but legally, that's irrelevant. He could have made money up to the day of the court case. he still gets grounds for a cage.
It's a money grab, and Tori's having a bad day because people said I was funnier than you, and Sam's on the other side of this.
Okay, someone wrote in and said I'm their favorite. Thank you, Sarah Estacio.
You can't write yourself.
It's me. It is me. No, it's Sarah. Thank you.
All right, so you never know when Tom Cruise is going to land a helicopter, get this, in your yard. Can you imagine? While in the UK, Tom got permission to land in a family's field because the nearby airport was closed. He posed for pics with the family and even offered to take the kids for a ride in the chopper. This isn't the first time Tom has made a request for an unusual landing. James Corden remembered the time Tom wanted to land his in his yard. Watch.
Says, I'm here till August. I'm staying in St John's Wood. I'd love to see you. And he put, we can make that happen. Can I land my heli in your yard? I promise it's true. I sent back, thinking he was joking, 4 crying emojis. Does that mean no?
Wow.
What did you do?
We were still talking about the Nirvana thing.
I have a different take on this. I think this is a bad idea for the kids to go on a helicopter with Tom Cruise, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't think that you should peak at age 11. And that's the best thing that's ever going to happen, you being in a helicopter ride. You need to tell your kids, you're going to hate me right now, but if you go get in that helicopter, that's going to be the bar for your life.
However,
you could never go back from that. That's going to be the bar for fun.
However, my husband met Michael Jordan at the height of Chicago Bulls when they were in this 3-peat, 6-win, whatever.
Repeat, 3-peat.
Repeat, 3-peat. Met him, shook his hand, got his autograph. He remembered his name, and he said, maybe over the wedding, it's the best memory of his whole life.
Right.
So this could be not just peaking, it could cement him for loving his family, for getting him that opportunity. Maybe he becomes an actor, an airplane pilot.
That makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. I'm with you on that.
This could be the best. So that's gonna be the best moment of your life. I don't want that. I don't want that for my kid. I want them to achieve more than being a passenger.
Maybe you should ask your child what they want.
They want to stay with daddy on the ground. They'd be like, we'll see you in about 30 minutes, buddy.
Bye. Okay, so Gwen Stefani's ex, Gavin Rossdale, has a new lady, and guess what? She's named Gwen. So Gavin and Gwen Stefani were married for 13 years before divorcing in 2015. Now Gavin, who is 55, is reportedly dating model Gwen Singer, who is 26. That's 6 years younger than his daughter Daisy. That's what a lot of you are writing in about. Gwen and Gwen don't just share a name, they also kind of look alike. They do kind of look alike.
Well, you're the
What do you think
resident
of this?
Gwen Stefani stalker.
I am.
You are. Let's be honest. You wore a glowing sign to the concert.
And she got pulled up by Gwen.
That was by the security. But like,
I held a Christmas light sign that my husband, God bless his soul, made because he knew that it'd be such a fantastic sign that she would have no choice but to pull me up there. And Mark held the sign, not me. It literally was like, my wife loves you so much. And she stopped. She was like, oh my gosh, is that a Christmas light sign? And then all of a sudden I was on stage and we took selfies together and she smelled beautiful.
Yeah, that's not what a stalker would say. What do you think about this story? Because I think it's super embarrassing for the 55-year-old. Call it ageism or whatever. I think a 55-year-old dating a 26-year-old, you look, to steal a word from Jeff, bananagrams. You look insane, and I think that a lot of people, because I've seen this as a comic, you know, somebody be like, hey, good show. Hey, look at the date I'm on. She's in the bathroom. She'll wait till she comes out. And like, it's a young girl, and it looks like you want to date your niece. Oof, you look really, I just don't see how this is real. I wish them love, but
what about having
30 years?
What about having a new partner that resembles your ex and is named your ex? Like, can you imagine?
Gwen Singer. So she's a singer. It's like double. It's like double. And his daughter,
Daisy.
She's 6 years younger.
That is so weird.
It's like you have more in common with the daughter than you do with Gavin.
And that's what I don't get is just what do you talk about? I'm in such a different place at 25 than I am at 55. Like, what do they have in common over a glass of wine, if she can have a glass of, well, she's legal, but to discuss what? Like, what are you talking about? You're just in different parts.
I think there's a lot of sex.
Oh, okay. Is it weird that they look alike though? No one's bringing that up. You guys are focused on the age.
But is it weird that you have a type? Or do you think would you think it was stranger if the person that you're with right now, their last 4 exes kind of look similar, or they looked wildly different?
I like wildly different because that means you're attracted to the heart.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My exes look wildly different because I was always attracted
My
to their
exes are
heart.
also different.
To their heart?
Yeah.
How could you see their heart? You had to get to know them, and so you had to be attracted to something.
I can tell if someone's nice by watching how they interact with people around them.
And that's all that matters?
And that's not all that matters, but that's a large part. Tori.
Kindness is important.
Would you guys stop? Oh, kindness is important. We're talking about from across the room at a party. What are you looking at?
Everything. Are you kidding me? If they're like a buffoon on a table being like, drink, 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 I'm not going to go after that person.
We're not talking about
You
that.
guys met at Saddle Ranch. It's basically the same thing. Yeah, it is.
Casablanca going over poetry. Yeah, you guys are at a tourist trap
It was his
bar.
heart. I fell in love when he was riding the bull.
I rode that
mechanical
bull.
bull after 20
For my
beers.
bachelorette
His
party.
heart was shining.
I rode that bull.
His heart was shining.
Coming up on DBL, an all-new True Crime Chronicles as we look into the double murder of a young couple in an Ohio town. Why aren't police considering any new evidence in the case?
Closed captioning provided by So we got a comment that says, my ex-husband married a girl born in the same decade as our daughter. How do you deal with the ex if you're trying to be good? Do you like show judgment? Like if your ex really did do that, like a really young person, do you still maintain a friendship just because for the kid's sake? Or are you just like, I'm down, there's the boundary now.
As
You've crossed
somebody
the
that
line.
has an ex-wife,
which is
you have to support the person that they're with. Like
Yeah,
as
right?
long as they seem like safe and
I
healthy,
see.
like the idea of you wanting to start a war with your ex and their new partner is insane because your
judgment.
kids are now probably at an age where they're internalizing everything and they're like, oh, okay, if you break up with somebody, then you know you must wish nothing but the worst for them.
Right.
It should be like basically that you guys just kind of downshift into a friendship, which is what me and my ex are texting the pictures of our kids and like laughing and making jokes. And it's not like that at the beginning, obviously. But time heals all wounds, and I think
Good
that
for you, Al.
yeah, it's easier, it's
counterproductive,
better,
right? Yeah,
and
it's
it's
an
just
inefficient
weird.
waste of your time.
Why would you still be arguing with something? It's like you guys were arguing and you got divorced. What are you still arguing
And there's
about?
nothing worse than like picking sides or like coming over to my house. I'm like,
yeah,
you know, if we're married, Al's, you know,
Yeah.
don't listen to him.
How's
You know
it
what I mean?
being at your mom's house?
Yeah, so
That
they'll come
happens
to their
a
own
lot.
conclusions if you're just a good parent as they get older, you know?
Exactly.
You find a way to make it work.
Yeah, the whole point
What
is
goes
to
up
push
must
these
come
kids into adulthood, and you want to do it as easily and as seamlessly as possible. So
And what a great example you and your ex-wife are to your children, because that shows them how to model it one day if it happens to them.
yeah, I mean, I really like my ex's new dude.
That's so
Like,
cool.
I really like.
That's like Jason Momoa and the Kravitzes.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like buddies.
Yeah.
I love that mature relationship.
And Al just dropping that his daughter's in a movie.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I know.
How is
Yeah.
that as a baby? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
and she
Really
could
cool.
care less. She's never mentioned it.
So cool.
Never
Is she gonna get a tattoo of it on her?
Welcome back to DBL. Left for dead in their own home, a young couple's grisly homicides still haunt Holland, Ohio to this day. We're taking you back to that horrific night and the murder that shook a suburb in today's True Crime Chronicles.
My son is in the basement tied up at this house. I just saw him through the window. The police were out here earlier and did absolutely nothing.
Okay, all right, we'll get them out there.
Get them cops out here. I told them earlier and they wouldn't
Ma'am,
listen to
you
me.
need to calm down. We'll get them out there. But yelling at me is
They're unconscious. They're unconscious, ma'am.
On January 30th, 2011, 21-year-old Johnny Clark and 20-year-old Lisa Straub are found in their parents' home on the kitchen floor, their arms bound behind their backs, plastic bags duct taped over their heads.
Have you heard of another case in this area where someone was killed in the same manner?
To my knowledge, no. I haven't. That specific MO, we haven't had anything like that ourselves.
Investigators search the house, but no evidence stands out except for one cigarette butt a tiny piece of evidence that breaks the case wide open.
You tell me why your DNA was in my crime scene.
Police arrest and charge Samuel Todd Williams for the 2 murders. However, the cigarette butt may not be the smoking gun investigators hoped for.
I know that I was at the Bottom Line bar watching the Pro Bowl with a few other people.
We were at the Bottom Line watching the football games with his cousin Larry Goodall, and it was his cousin's 21st birthday. He was with me that night. Cameo, I don't know where Cameo was.
What if I tell you that you're not on the video with the Bottom Line on that night?
What do you mean?
The Bottom Line has video.
Right.
So you or Sam are not on that video.
The detectives do not have video from the bar. And phone records show that Williams made a call to Madrid at 10:27 p.m. that night. The call pinged off of a tower near the Bottom Line bar, a 30-minute drive from the crime scene. Johnny and Lisa were last heard from at 10:41 p.m.
And you hear, was it, bro, what are you doing? Or was it,
No.
bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, just like
Bro! Did he sound like he knew them people?
That's why I said I think that whoever did it, he knew.
Except for the cigarette butt with his DNA and several sets of unknown DNA, no evidence at the crime scene directly points to Williams or anyone else.
Don't know what you guys are talking about.
How did your DNA get in there then, Sam?
I have no idea. I have no explanation. I know I did not place that there.
But a jury disagrees. On July 27, 2012, the court finds Samuel Todd Williams guilty of killing Johnny Clark and Lisa Straub. The judge gives him 2 life sentences with no chance of parole.
And even though there are still questions about his guilt, police are not looking into any new evidence. We couldn't believe this, so we talked to Brian Duggar, who covered this story, and take a look at what Brian had to say. Brian, thank you so much for being here. I just want to straight up ask you, why did you investigate a 10-year-old murder? What started you on this path?
Yeah, you know, I've been in the Toledo area since 1998. And whenever you're in a particular community for that long a time, there's always, you know, that certain crime that just kind of sticks out in your mind. And that was the case with this murder for me.
All right, I'm going to ask a question that anybody that's followed the story wants to ask, and that's what is stopping the sheriff's office from investigating the new evidence?
We know that there were 5, 6, maybe even 4 unknown sets of DNA in that house, and it didn't make sense to me why they didn't want to investigate, but one of the goals of this story was to get them to look at the case again, and particularly at that DNA, and I think we've been able to do that.
Now, I'm going to ask a pretty direct question here, and this is just your opinion. Do you think Sam Williams is innocent?
I think there's a lot of question about Sam Williams' guilt. I mean, he's maintained that he's been innocent for, 10 years now, and I think with my investigation, I was able to paint a pretty good timeline for him, that he was 20, 30 minutes away at the time that the murder happened. I was able to tell that through phone records, through witness statements. So I think there's certainly question, but the big hurdle for him to overcome is how does his cigarette with his DNA on it end up in a house that he said he was never in?
Right, it's that one cigarette butt. It's so interesting. So we've covered the broad strokes of the case here on the show, but trust me, there is so much more to it. So if you'd like to get those details, go to WTOL11.com. You can also check out Brian's full uncut interview with Sam Williams on WTOL's YouTube channel. We've also covered Johnny and Lisa's murder on our True Crime Chronicles podcast, which you can find online as well. Thank you, Brian, for just sticking with this case. I think it's people like you that'll bring justice. So thank you so much for doing that. We'll be right back.
Attention.
Your student school supply list may be harder to check off this year. Let's connect the dots. Experts say companies that make school supplies are facing the same supply chain issues we're seeing for other products. They're short-staffed, and because of the pandemic, they're having a harder time importing products from overseas. That's leading to a shortage on everything from backpacks to laptops. One of the toughest things to find right now may be your child's back-to-school wardrobe. Parents didn't buy a lot of clothes for kids last year because many of them were learning from home. Well, now clothes are flying off the shelves as kids have completely outgrown a lot of their clothes. All this doesn't mean your kids will have to go to school without pens and pencils or a new pair of jeans. The reality is they may just have fewer choices when picking their school supplies this year. And families will likely need to be flexible in the months to come. Experts estimate these shortages could last until 2022. And that is Connecting the Dots.
Welcome back to DBL. We've all dreamed about our retirement, you know, laying on a tropical beach somewhere, but how are you going to plan for that? We are going to chat about it in today's Bang for Your Buck, presented by The Hartford. So there are 4 easy ways to achieve success in your golden years. First, maintain good physical and mental health. Next, try to have a strong support system of friends and family. And this one, very important, don't let your old job define you. Find your new purpose. Lastly, be debt-free so you can enjoy your retirement. We've made it easy for you. For quality and affordable insurance, the Buck's got your back. The Hartford will be happy to provide you solutions. So call the Hartford at 1-800-683-7108 or visit thehartford.com to learn more. We're getting there. We're in our 40s.
Wow.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm 39.
Are you still 39?
I'm 39, and in January, it's happening.
Ooh,
All
I can't wait. We'll be right back. Big party.
No.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The FDA has approved the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, which is now being licensed under the name Comirnaty. While the Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines have been approved for emergency use by the FDA for months, Pfizer is the first company to receive full approval. But is that the fastest the FDA has ever fully approved a vaccine? Let's verify. We went to these sources to get an answer. The Pfizer vaccine received emergency authorization on December 11, 2020, based on limited trial data. But to get full approval, Pfizer needed to provide the FDA with more data in the form of a Biologics License Application, or BLA. In May of 2021, the company submitted its BLA with an analysis of 44,000 subjects who had been followed for up to 6 months after the second dose. On August 23rd, they received full approval from the FDA. The FDA has a standard review process and a faster priority review process. According to Paul Offit, the priority review process usually takes about 6 months. But according to the FDA, the Pfizer vaccine was approved in just over 3 months. In an email to Verify, they said, "This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA." Janet Woodcock, acting commissioner of the FDA, says the expedited process did not shortchange any safety standards.
This vaccine meets the FDA's gold standards for safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality that we require for an approved product.
So we can verify it's true. This is the fastest a vaccine has been fully approved by the FDA. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Daytil.
Tomorrow on DBL, Soleil Moonfry, aka Punky Brewster, will be here. She reveals what it was like growing up in the spotlight and staying successful after child stardom. That's tomorrow on DBL.
I can't wait. I love her. Okay, so Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the gift that keeps on giving.
I've been described like that.
No, you have not.
Okay. Watch as he casually surprised fans on a tour bus. Take a look.
Hey, you guys know where I can find The Rock? How you guys doing? Hey. Oh, well, that was fun. It's a good way to start off my Saturday.
That's amazing.
I would think it, like, I would immediately think it's an impersonator. I don't know why, but I'm like, is it really just a rock pulling up?
It's tough to impersonate that guy.
Yeah,
You gotta be
not a lot of body
human.
doubles. Yeah, you know what I was thinking about as I looked at that clip? I was just like, he has the perfect personality to be him, because if he looked like that but was kind of reclusive or something, and people are like, I want your autograph, he'd be like, no, thank you. But he loves being The Rock, and it's good because he makes people's day.
Very
so
welcoming.
shout
Tori
out to
did
him.
that one time.
Yeah.
What
Hey
happened?
guys, it's Tori from DBL.
No one knew. No one cared. No one cared.
I care.
DBL's
I
new
love
every day. Bye, guys.
When did that happen?